A planet besieged, their defenses routed, a species enslaved, their homeland occupied. In their darkest hour, unlikely help arrived. A star-crossed alliance.
From the shadow of my father's legacy, I forge my own path among the stars.
Knowledge is nothing without the minds behind it.
Yes, my lord. It's very interesting. Now, can we please focus on getting out of this alive?
I hate when diplomacy fails.
You know, I've been told that my bite is worse than my bark!
You know, something horrifying to hear from
So your
anyone
perception
is, I
check
have
result was a
obtained one
4? Yeah, everything's fine. Oh, hi, and welcome.
Hello!
Oh.
How is everybody doing today?
Don't mind me talking about, the gross functions of pitcher plants.
I perfectly had it muted just in time. Did you just do everybody just follow me again?
No.
Oh, okay, good. It went through on my
It just
OBS for
double
some
muted.
reason. Yeah.
Yes. All right. So, hello and welcome back, everybody. I am ready to rock and roll. If you four are, do you have anything that you would like to bring up before I jump into the last time on?
The only thing I gotta bring up is the fact that I have a new computer and I'm trying to work things out. It's still a work in progress. Please forgive any scuff that is happening. Love how when Pa talks, our character is rage mode. Yeah, this is because the character is in a combative state because we are in the middle of combat. But when she is not in combat, obviously it is not such an angy, rah-rah type of setup, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Making some pork chops after a long hi-fi rush. Nice! I hope you were having fun with hi-fi. Thank you. Stopping by and sharing your lovely pork chops dinner conversation with us.
Mm-hmm.
Now, going back to playing music.
All right. Okay, but hey, welcome back, Vizier. Welcome back, Wilhelm. Wait, hold on. Looks over. Wilhelm on ground sizzling. Oh, right. Welcome back, Waylon.
Thank you.
And of course, welcome back, Anatra.
Rah,
Waylon,
rah,
how's it
rah,
feel?
rah.
And all I can think is, so how's it feel, Waylon? Well, it feels good not to be Wilhelm.
That's an awful way of thinking about it, but it's accurate. It's accurate. It's accurate.
Yeah.
It was a good session? Good, Renova. Good to hear.
Good. All right. But yeah, then, in that case, without further ado, my usual spiel at the beginning. PNGs that you see have been drawn by the lovely and talented Precious Angel Wings. Maps as well as most assets are done by yours truly. But for assets that have been downloaded, they've been downloaded from Venitru as well as other sites, all through legal means, as well as being appropriately purchased for. So don't worry there. Other than that, I am running on Owlbear Rodeo, so yet again, I do not represent any of these groups or companies. I just think that they're neat, and if you're looking to see how we are running these things, these are the things that I like to tell you guys, so that way you can run them too. Now, without further ado, last time on A Star-Crossed Alliance, the siege has resumed and the Trill are deploying a bevy of new insidious tactics. Captured Bakishkik worker caste are being driven forward by their cruel Trill captors and are being used as living shields and minesweepers. Adding to the chaos, a pair of shrieking biobeast cavalry entered, aiming to strike hard and fast. With Waylon calling their defensive assets to bear, the Belfast crewmates were given pause by through the thought of gunning down non-combatants. Their Bakishkik allies, on the other hand, had no compunctions therein. With the defensive assets brought to bear, a new selection of landmines were put into place, as well as Griffin Tyke adding in his new and improved short-term energy shield for all of the allies, both which were utilized in an appropriate time, the Shrieklings being heavily wounded before getting into combat. However, beyond that, if this was the Trill's only tricks, this wave would have been handled in short order. But alas, they utilized a group of high-speed, self-detonating shock troops that hit hard and fast. While most weathered the storm, Wilhelm did not fare nearly as well. Having disembarked from his armature amp and wading into combat alongside the worker caste, Wilhelm took the full brunt of a daisy chain of detonations. Unconscious and on fire, Wilhelm is separated from the majority of their allies by a swath of open battlefield. This wave seems to be merely the setup for the next push, forewarned by Vectectic Vic. Will the party survive? Will Wilhelm make it out of this fire and rejoin? Will AMP continue to sit there doing its best impression of a person picking their nose while their pilot is on fire at their feet? Find out tonight on a Star-Crossed Alliance. So, last we left off, we were at the beginning of the initiative order. Which one moment? There we go. Pulling that up.
Wonder who that is.
Yes, which luckily we had already done for Wilhelm, so Wilhelm, unfortunately, you sizzle. Now, for any audience members, there is a Give Vitality. I will let you know, Give Vitality does not work on completely downed players. And on the other hand, though, he does have AMP, so if you do accidentally gift Vitality to Wilhelm, he will be able to give it to his giant robot instead. Just letting you guys know that. Also, quick reminder, a few of you have floating D6s that you have not used yet. I'm looking at you, Vizier. And I'm also looking at you, Wilhelm, because I think you forgot to use your one as well.
I forgot I had one.
Yes, which is why I'm reminding you at the beginning of the session.
Cool.
I'm
Did I use mine?
down somewhere.
I probably
D6,
did.
right?
I believe you did. I think you used it to boost something up to like 5d6 damage or something
Oh
crazy.
my god. I don't recall this.
Maybe.
Anybody in chat know? Anybody recall?
I could watch the old video, but
You're
that could take an hour.
An hour!
Minimum.
No, just watch it on 2x speed.
Yeah.
30 minutes.
All right. But yes.
It's good to keep in mind. Thank you, DM, for being so gracious and reminding us that that is a thing that we have at our disposal.
Yes. All right. And with that, I'm trying to think of anything else that I need to bring up at this point in time. Other than that, okay, I have nothing else. I will remind you, though, that you are currently under the effects of spitting blood, if you recall what that is, Wilhelm.
I remember the bit I can use a feat point to actually get out of the fire.
Yeah,
Yes.
you can use a feat, you spend a feat point to be able to move this turn. This does not slow your bleed out count. You are still currently dying unless receiving appropriate medical attention. You can survive for your physique in rounds. However, spending a feat point will allow you to move. You will have one movement and then either one standard or one quick action.
Oh,
Okay, I'm going to spend that feat point.
Okay.
And is there a limit to how much I can move? I think I still take all
You are-
penalties, right?
You are limited to your normal movement and everything of that sort. So you're not at any reduced speed or anything like that, unless, because don't forget, you are still fully crippled. So you are at -2 strength, -2 to attack rolls, -2 to defense, and cannot upkeep.
Gotcha. I try to remember what my movement is.
Mm-hmm.
It is your
Portion of my brain just split.
SPD.
5. Okay. So, and that's... What's that feet? My brain.
Every inch or every rating on that is 6 feet. So a 5 is 30 feet.
Thank you. Okay. So one. I'm gonna move that way.
Okay.
Then, am I able to also move amp?
That would be your quick action for your turn, would be directing amp.
Then yeah, I will do that.
Okay?
I will use amp to kind of
Position
shield
yourself
me.
in between. Yep. Amp, protect your dying master. Beep.
And since I'm no longer, I'm trying to rotate my token so it's
I
not.
got you. I got you.
Thank you. I'm struggling. I was like, how do you do this again?
Struggle bus. It is fine. But yes. So with that, that will be your general turn. Now the good news is standing up means normally either you lose your movement or lose your actions, but you're using a feat point, so I'm not gonna say nope. Your quick action was standing up. I'm being nice about that.
Okay.
All right. However, if you do not spend a feat point, you will drop. Just so you know.
Got it.
How many feat points do you have remaining?
2.
Very good. Keep that in mind. All right. With that, Vizier, it is your turn.
It is. Essentially, I'm going to have everyone do a double move action
Okay.
because that's what I've got. So, Gig Bolt Kicks can move to there.
Okay. Please do that again for me.
Nope. 60.
Okay.
Versus Vacon, who can move. Let's see, 7, so 14. So, yeah.
There you go. And Hanatra gets the unpleasant sensation of having a Gig Bull Kicks walk over her.
Hmm.
As long as it's not drippy.
Right. It doesn't matter. This
Gonna
planet's
be-
already got her drenched in sweat with all the humidity anyways.
Wet dog smell.
Yep.
That's going to be the collection of 6 of us.
Definitely a lot going on down here.
As per usual. Gee, it was a large-scale rush. But yes,
Mhm.
okay. So, a full rush from you guys there. Noted. Is there anything else? Are you shouting anything? Or is there anything else you would like to do with your turn?
Well, I need to spend the 2 Fury points to upkeep my 2 Soul Slave effects.
Okay.
And I'm going to give them each
Oop.
Fury point so I can continue breathe Fury points off them and boost Fury points on them so I can keep those effects active.
Okay.
So, this is just then as we're all passing Hanatra, just I don't have anything to help Wilhelm. I'm going to hammer the flank.
Okay.
Hmm. I can help Wilhelm, but I'm overwhelmed.
Oh, right. I need to remove
That's
those.
not-
They're all gone.
They sure are.
Where is the rest of my... There we go. There we go. So with that, it will be Hanatra's turn.
Hello, I am Hanatra, and I am going to move as fast as I can.
As they've completely cleared this flank, and
Yeah.
now are deciding to start to try to roll up the side.
Before
Excellent.
I move, can I try a detection check just to see if there's any hidden enemies in the vicinity?
Please give me a detection check. You are welcome to do so.
Okay. Please forgive me because I have too many things on one monitor that I'm used to, so I'm kind of getting overwhelmed by all the information.
All right. So what I will suggest for you to do is simply roll 2d6 plus your detection skill.
Yes, I am attempting to pull up the character sheet, which is why I'm saying please.
Okay.
Detecting is plus 6 on the dice.
Okay.
That is not my dice. This is my dice. A 13.
All right. So with a 13, which is a very decent roll on a detection check, as far as you can tell, there are no remaining enemies on this side. And you also do have the added confidence of knowing that you had already eliminated the closest group. This entire enemy group had been entirely wiped out.
Mm-hmm.
By you.
Yep.
Personally.
I remember.
Look over. Yeah, that bit of force there is awfully corpsey.
Yep, it is.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to use double action to move. My speed is 6, so that means I can move 72?
6 would be 72, yes, for a double action. I'm gonna make the gig bowl kicks invisible just so you can see where the other traps are and things of that sort. Because we don't want you accidentally jumping into your own pit, as you are aware of them.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I am trying to measure. Why you no do the thing I ask you to do? I don't think it's assigned to me. I can't move Hanatra.
One more.
Like, why am I moving the map? I shouldn't be moving the map when I'm using the ruler tool.
Here, try to move Hanatra around a little bit.
Nope, just shaking the screen.
One moment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to add you back in.
Okay. Pause for dramatic effect. Yay, technical difficulties, indeed. Really? 1 minute till... Oh god, that's huge. I'm not that big. I know I'm big, but I'm not that big. I'm not that small
So
either.
You're 9 feet. Try moving that one around.
No.
Reload your thing.
Okay, refreshing. The suspense is killing me!
Oh wait, that was Wilhelm moving it. I saw that.
But did you see this?
Okay, it worked.
Vanishes.
Okay.
I didn't see anything.
All right.
It's
there you go. Now
72.
you have access to movement.
So 48. Right? Or do you want me to like break it down and like move around traps and stuff?
Try to move around traps, or you're gonna need to make some jump checks.
Okay, 24. 36. That's 24 plus 36. I'm bad at math, y'all. Plus 24 plus 36. 50, 60. That's 60. Okay, and then I can move 12 more.
Yep.
Only 12 more. Really? Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's all I can move to then. And my free action is to speak in Tandrish and say, "Status report! Are you alive?" While signaling to Bikishkik down here using signal language if I'm allowed. If not, that's fine.
Yep. I'll let you, since you're only running, I'll
Yep.
allow you to do so.
Thank you.
From there, Wilhelm, check your range. Can you hear her?
Well, it's Tandrish, which means long distance.
Yes. However, you have to remember the issues with him.
Mm-hmm.
Wilhelm has the unfortunate issue of anything beyond that range, major issues.
Nope.
The way they get around that is by being inside AMP. They are not inside AMP.
Yes, anyone not dead, sound off. Yes.
Yeah.
So they don't have a radio on them?
They have a radio in AMP.
Okay, so they would be able to hear it over the radio. Because Hanatra has a radio, she just can't talk in normal TTC.
I understand. However, unfortunately, this is a game mechanic specifically to the species that is meant to be their major downfall that has to be applied for in situations of rage. Which is why I am checking ranges here. Normally, they are inside their vehicle, so there is no issue with it whatsoever. What is your range, Wilhelm?
I'm out of range.
Okay, you are out of range. So, what this will be is Wilhelm can hear it, but... Wilhelm, do you have Tandrish as a native language? Or do you have Tandrish as a language? Wilhelm?
If you're
Good, I'm not the
talking,
only
you're
one not
muted.
hearing him.
I accidentally muted. Ha!
Yes, you were muted.
That would explain why no one could hear me.
Yep.
I do not.
Okay, which would mean that you would need a reasonable amount of time to actually hear to then comprehend it, because you would be
Yes.
depending on your other issues there. So, you hear Hanatra.
For the
Hanatra is saying
umpteenth
something.
time saying something in Tandrish that she's done a bajillion times prior.
Mhm. Which means that he really should learn how to pick up Tandrish.
So outside of that, she will signal language to these two Bikishkik here. Move in and assist. To try to gain allies, round them up, whatever. Actually, no, those are controlled by Wilhelm. So, I'm sorry, Waylon. So she will say,
Yep, those are warriors.
she will say, sound off. Relay the message, sound off.
Okay.
And that is my turn.
Sounding.
Yep. Making noise.
Yep, everybody not, you know, is everyone not dead here? Say something if you're not dead!
But you know, in a simpler way
Yeah.
for signal language
Yeah.
to
Exactly.
make sense.
Sit rep!
Rep.
Sit rep. But yes, alright. By the way, just so you know, Wilhelm,
Yes.
after the siege is over, when experience is awarded, one of the options that you have is picking up additional languages. I'm just saying.
Noted.
Okay.
I'm gonna put that on my sticky note.
Yes. One of the other things that you could pick up is that oral one that I told you about, where you will be able to instead, once you've gotten up to the next category up for shouting, when you're at rank 3 for the screaming or shrieking or whatever it is called, you can create an AoE translation zone.
Also noted.
Just letting you know.
I remember I remember you talking about that one before.
Yes. All right. And hold on. because I had to change the mini. We're going to add to initiative, and then... Here we go. There we go. Because Waylon, had you already gone, or were you directly after Hanatra?
I believe I was after Hanatra.
Okay, so there we go. I'm going to just edit this. I do apologize. When I removed the token, there we go. Good enough. Right, you were both 23s. That's what it was.
And then Hanatra won the second roll.
Yes.
Alright,
Alright, so Waylon, it is your turn.
Still overrun, but I've ordered one warrior to assist them. He's over here. I am going to lean out of the trenches and fire 3 shots at these Bakishkik. So this one,
Trill,
and
you
then
mean,
this
right?
one.
Downloading.
No, I'm suddenly turning tail due to a slip of the tongue.
No,
Yes, I mean Trill.
Joke's on you. Suddenly am traitor.
Suddenly am traitor. Yep. Go to the dice. 3d6. Add 7. So the first one. Before I fire. Yes, okay, I have enough ammo. Go fire with the one without the scope first.
Okay.
Get 2 shots out of that one. 15.
15 will hit.
Okay. The second one, again, I'm going to fire. Then I'll figure out the damages. 17.
So.
Oh, sorry.
Hit.
16.
16 will hit. And that one's
12.
gonna miss. Yeah, 12 will miss on it. Wait.
Okay. Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's even lower. Minus another 2. So, 2 are going to be hit with the brunt of.
Yep. And which 2, by the way?
These first 2.
Okay, cool.
In
Thank you very
one.
much. Roll damage on first.
Roll damage on first. That is a 20.
Continue.
Okay. I will add a feat point. That is a 21. I add 2 feat points. I'm going to immediately use 1 to boost up my defense by 3.
Okay.
Then I'm going to get out of the trenches and make myself a tasty target for glory and kill that tactical target.
Yeah. You begin barking orders at various individuals and acting all officer-like.
Continue pushing back the wave and the tide. Someone with long-range weapons, please shoot that screaming Trill.
Wait, oh, there's one left?
There are 2
It
left.
looks like there's 2 left.
Oh, shoot! I thought that they were all gone. I removed them from the initiative. They should have gone before you.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, it's all right. I'll have them go immediately after you.
There's
Okay.
4. There's 4 here.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
another one.
Yeah,
I
there's
completely didn't even notice those. Oh,
these
Another
2 and these
Yep.
2. And I think the Bakish
Alright.
kick over here were said to shoot to try to intervene,
Mm-hmm.
if I'm remembering correctly.
So yeah, this one's going to move over to here and fire at the rear flank of this Trill.
Here, could you wiggle more so I can see? Okay, there we go. Thank you. All right, and you're attacking that one last Trill there. Okay. So he would have to either make a jump check or move around that.
It's fire!
It depends.
Yeah, it is an obvious hole.
Okay. I thought blinded meant that it was filled.
Nope, means it's
I put it 'cause
obvious.
it's an eyeball.
Yeah.
So,
So it's the
So,
opposite of what it says it is.
because I don't have a revealed because.
Let me just. Okay. that is the last thing I did with him. Moving to the measuring tool. What are the warriors' movements?
This warrior has the traditional thalmic bolt.
Okay. So his movement is
So
24?
Vizier, speed of 5, 6, or 7 for the warriors.
6.
There you go.
That's why my team on the
3,
move moved 12 on the double move.
4,
Mm-hmm.
5, 6. Okay, so yeah. He's gonna move there and fire down at his backside as he is facing off against number 13. Vizier, would you like to roll for him? Since you have warriors?
So it'll be a thalmic bolt, which is going to be 2d6 plus their arc.
The Kish Kick arc is 3.
Okay.
All right. All right. A 9 to his back.
Okay. So that is very close, but even with the -2 for a back attack, it will miss by just a bit.
Oh.
So the shot will, what will happen is they will fire it, and it will zip straight over their head due to the fact of them being a little bit into that ditch and actually in the trenches fighting at this point in time.
All right. So again, someone else could, roll for the Kishkik warriors. How many of mine are still here? Because some of these belong to
Okay,
Rikatil.
so here we go. These 4 here belong to Rikatil.
Okay, so these 3, these
Yes.
5,
5.
they'll be mine. This one's going to try and finish off the one in front of him.
Yep.
This one is going to try and do the same for this,
Yep.
and then advance.
Right.
And these 3 are going
Yep,
to
they're
keep...
attempting their mop-ups.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Very good. And if I'm not mistaken, Vizier 7 and 7, correct?
Yes.
All right, good. That was why I made them as simple as possible. There we
7
go.
to hit.
So an attempt to hit. So a 12 will tie, which is not enough. Next one will tie. You sure you wanted someone else rolling this for you? There we go. That one
Yes.
will hit. With a total of, there we go. This one will be removed. That is a hit. With a 17, that is enough. A hit. And injured. All right. Noted.
All right. And that is my turn.
2-inch advance. Okay. I do apologize. And with that, I'm going to add the screamers.
Oh boy.
So, this screamer is running straight into this mess here. The good news is, for you guys, before he can get in and explode,
He explodes.
something beats him to the punch.
Hmm.
Now, comes the downside though. The screamer still
Do an
gets a
AoE.
check against it.
Oh, okay.
It is boosted.
Yeah, and those
5.
checks were.
14. He ties, so he fails.
Okay.
All right. So that means he will take the full brunt of that, and these 2 will take half of it. So let's just roll some quick damage here. 14 plus. I don't even want to know why I'm bothering rolling, considering it will hit him. It will trigger him. So we will have a double kaboom.
A double kaboom!
I'm just going to remove them, but the important thing is going to be to find out whether or not those 2 warriors are in the range.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Zoom in. Look at that.
Oh
That is,
my.
okay. Literally.
Goodness.
It's like 16 pixels.
Not even.
If
Oop.
even that.
Not
If
even.
even
Beautiful.
that. That might be like 2.
Super lucky. Round of applause. Good job.
So, that particular Bakishkik has had the wonderful moment of just having that look of that thing runs up and explodes directly in front of him, and is just kind of covered in soot, and also may or may not have messed the ground behind it.
Oh, poor baby.
Yeah, understandable.
That one will immediately sound off. This one is still alive somehow.
Well, I did.
I mean, there are worse scenarios.
What? You're doing
Zooms into where I was.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I
They're
got some good news for you. This one is making a sprint straight towards Reek Till.
No.
Why is that good news?
There's
What's the
two in
good
way.
news?
There's
Jaw
this in the
trap.
way, there's a jaw trap in the way.
Yep. There is a landmine and a jaw trap, so I'm going to roll twice. I will see what happens. 3d6 plus 5. So a 17 will pass over the landmine. And a 17, unfortunately, will pass over that. So I need to actually check the distance now, because that is important. It is attempting a charge. We will see. No, it will not charge. It's going to be a sprint, because it does not have enough range for that charge. So it will run into here. It runs to there. That is its entire turn.
Projectile, get away from that! Pull your men out of there!
Mm-hmm. All right, this one.
Oh no!
Okay, yeah, easily. Both of them. Now I'm going to check if that's far enough for it. Yes, that will be more than enough for them. Both of these will charge, which means that they will be able to explode. I'm just going to remove this guy here just because that is happening.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hey, I have some assistance. Oh, no. As 2 explosions will go off on the
Two?
bowl kicks.
Oh
2. I do believe this is the first time the Gig Bowl Kicks is getting injured.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And
Yes, because that's
they're
three
hit.
kills.
Downloading.
No, this is not Reek Tills.
No, that isn't.
Oh, that
I
is
got
Reek
mixed
Tills.
up.
You are correct. You are correct.
I guess
No, I think
Tills.
this one's. I think this one's Reek Tills. No, oh
Reek
wait, no,
Till-
he has
Oh,
2.
this is
Big
Vizier.
Till had 2.
Yes.
Big Till had 2, and you made mine invisible.
Yes, because I moved it so that way people can move, and I forgot to revisible it.
Mm.
All right. So 14 plus 2d6 twice. 17. That's delightful. And 17. Hey, what's the armor on a Gig Bowl Kicks?
Oh boy, let's pull that one.
Let me guess. 16?
Oh,
19.
there you go.
19!
So, the explosions go off. It's just massive. Oh no! And it doesn't even flinch. The explosion, followed by a second one. 3 seconds pass, and then it looks to the side.
Where the
Amazing.
explosion was.
Absolutely amazing.
Too stupid to care. Immune to fear and terror because it's too stupid to be afraid. That finishes up all the screaming tills. There is only one screaming trill left to worry about, but that will be. Oh wait, it's Rick Till's turn.
Oh no.
No! It's not going to kill it as it's in front of you! Run first! It will blow up!
Reektil orders his Reektil will order his men to wrap around and to assist. This one is going to charge this side here. This one is charging up, so that way they are handling these guys.
Oh no.
Ricktail, dodge, jump, and fire some sort of thaumic bolt at the screaming Trill. You got this. I believe in you.
Reektil is going to be lashing out with 3 sword attacks.
Ah!
Now, but beyond that, Reektil is boosting attack on this one, boosting attack on this one, and will be taking those as the bonuses for the extra attack, and will be boosting an attack on himself. That will be his bits there.
Attack, 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 attack.
Yes, because when in doubt, attack the maniac. So the Biggin is attacking first with 3d. So I'm gonna get the Trill Captor out of the way. I'm gonna just get that Trill Captor out of the way. With a 17, I need a 5 or higher. That is not a 5 or higher. Okay, here comes the fun part. So hey, what's the POW of a slam on a gig pole kicks for the audience?
Let's see. The slam is a damage 14.
14, so 3d6 plus 14. There we go. So, 26. Yeah, no. Bye, Troll Captor.
Goodbye.
Let's try that again. Boosted attack.
No, you didn't get it. That's we didn't get a let's try that again roll. Sorry.
Oh, no, well, let's try this one now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't have that as a redeem, so I think you're good.
There we go. All right.
I'm funny right now.
So, with a 22 to hit, the small bonus does not matter. And with 21 damage, this one is splattered. As it just reaches a paw up, one of those large things, and brings it down as if swatting a bug. Only difference is, I guess the best way I could put it is, imagine using a front-end excavator and using that to crush a Coke can.
I can hear it. Oh no, it was full.
Not anymore.
Mm.
All right, so attacking. So with that boosted attack against the one that injured him, rolls like garbage.
Oh my
That is a
God.
12. Luckily, he has a second attack. With that will be enough to hit. And he rolled well on the damage at least, so Reektil will finish that one off, and now will attack the Screaming Trill. And with a 9, will successfully hit the Screaming Trill.
What?
Okay.
So here, 9 plus 7 to be specific.
Oh,
so 16.
okay.
Sorry. And that is enough to damage the Screaming Trill. But not enough to kill him. Now I make a toughness check for the Screaming Trill. Sorry, physique check. DC 14. They only have a 5. 2d6 plus 5. Do I roll a 14 or lower? It explodes. 14. 14. It explodes. Reektil. And let me check.
Reektil has a reaction. Go prone.
Reektil isn't a player.
Darn it.
Reektil, use my feet point. He has a reaction. Go prone.
Reektil,
NPCs
quick!
do
Use
not gain hit
dodge!
points unless they are under very specific circumstances or have specific skills.
Use sword stance!
Oh, wait. Whoops.
Use harden.
Yeah, that's a good one too, yeah.
So, just Reektil. Okay.
Defense curl.
That's also a good one.
Substitute.
Unfortunately, all of his guys that could substitute their place with him are currently outside of the blast radius. So, we are going to see how much damage is coming at Reektil. And Reektil is still mildly injured from before. So 14 plus. So 23 damage coming at Reektil as the explosion occurs.
I'm not the only one who's exploded.
Hmm.
Hold on, sorry.
Oh my god.
All right. Party is unaware of Reektil's fate for the time being.
I don't like that. I don't like any of that. Can I opt to not?
You can always opt out, but do you want to?
I want to know.
I want to maul.
I want to maul the mad guys too, but
The bad guys?
the bad guys.
All right.
At least I didn't
13
say
is
I
the-
wanted to ball the mad guys.
Yeah.
But I do want to ball my eyes
I
out.
want to maul. All right. With this, I'm gonna work from the top down. The one troll captor, or the one troll grunt remaining there, will attack number 13. And with an 11, will miss.
No!
That's good.
Okay.
That's good. 13's
You
on
made
your
the
side.
most pained sound.
Everyone's worried for number 13, mainly because they're like, he can't
Oh,
do
13! Oh, 13! I'm sorry. I thought you said that they needed to make a 13 to hit with, like, an ally. I'm sorry.
No,
I didn't know
I
we
know
were
there's
talking
like
about they're
3
trying
of
to
these up here.
attack 13.
Yeah.
My apologies. I understand now.
All right. What is the defense and armor of the? So I believe it's 11 and 11 for the warriors. Vizier?
Oh, I'm sorry. You were asking me. Give me one.
If you'd like, you could send me a copy of all.
You could.
12.
Yeah.
Okay, it's 12, 12. All right,
Yes.
good. Miss. Miss. That one will hit, but he is uninjured. Okay, so we'll roll for damage. Literally needs max. Oh, okay. He is heavily injured. He is at 2 at the moment.
Ooh.
All right. That is a hit. Technically a crit. But that doesn't do... Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
Miss. 7, 12 ties, miss. Miss, okay. So that is all of the combats that are going on over here. Now I'm going to move these guys. I'm doing this so I can get stuff as quick as possible. As this one, the heavily injured one, will charge Waylon.
Uh-huh.
The fool. He does not understand that you have boosted defense.
Mm.
This one will also charge Waylon. Mainly because he's shooting at us. These ones are going to attempt to charge the far weaker and easier and squishier warriors here. Wait, sorry, straight line. So that means that will trigger a grav trap and auto-fail their charge. Their charge will be broken here. Oh, right, hold on. There we go.
Yeah, what was that?
That was
That was-
Ricktil's command aura.
Oh.
That's not good that that's down.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
All right. So, the only two that are happening from this here is going to be the two that are attacking Wilhelm.
Oh!
Waylon.
Waylon.
Oh,
Waylon,
God.
What is... Sorry. Oh, wow. Never been so relieved that it's Waylon getting beaten up on.
Well, it's better than the person who's currently down and dying.
All right. So, with that, Waylon, what is your defense so I know how silly I need to roll?
Right now? 18?
Yes. 18. Okay, so I need double sixes.
Okay, cool.
I was
On
expecting the
on
first one to be a
I need double sixes on the same roll dice, not split between them, but still. All right, so both attacks will miss.
Whew!
Checking to see if that is all of the... Okay. That looks good. And with that, we are down to the artillery. Who is sitting there going, things are too close. You will get over the radio. This one is terribly sorry, but we cannot get an appropriate lock-on without the chance of exploding. Wait, I have an idea. He will switch to the single target lock and is going to attempt to pick off a single trill.
Go for the ones in the air. That should be easier. They're right at cannon level.
They're at point blank, directly frozen in midair, just the slow motion. There's like, with this I can't miss, right until I miss. Okay, 2d6 plus 4. They are at a. Actually, I need to beat an 8 because of the penalties to their defense. With a 10, he will. You know what? I'm just gonna remove this one. If you'd like, hold on. I will roll it for that. So that will be. Oh wait. It is artillery against single trooper, and that was the one that was meant to target the big guy. So that would be. There we go. I apologize. 27 damage to that one troll soldier.
Oh, he might survive. What's his HP like?
He's at -12.
Oh, never mind.
It also does knockback, so I'm just going to remove those two, as what's the remains of his body is splattered into those two, as the first Trill soldier hit by that is turned into shrapnel that tears through the remainder of them behind it.
Oh boy.
You remember that shot that number 3 used to hit the Iant Overseer?
Yeah, that left a big hole in its shoulder and part of its face.
Mm-hmm. He shot a grunt with that.
Oh boy.
My hero. Amazing. I love it.
All right. So you will hear this one would like to declare target acquired and lost.
Where'd it go? Back to the atoms from whence it came.
It's like, where did it go? That way.
All right.
And with that, it is the Bakishkik workers' turn. As this battle is quickly taking a heck of a turn. Let's go with the important roll first. Number 13! We'll miss.
Number 17!
Yeah. Number 17 will move in and attempt to attack. You are correct. And
Number 17, continually.
Backstab. Okay, it was going to be 4 and then back down. So that is some heavy injury into the back of this Trill as he has been stabbed in the back. Oh, wait, no, not stabbed. Pistol whipped over the head by number 17.
I think a comment you made last time is correct. I think 17 is the kill count he's going for.
Oh, wow.
Yes, and 13, right, 13's the unlucky one.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Right, 17 has been the one that is just is currently on a body count of 4 or 5 at this point.
Yeah, they're definitely getting up there. That's for sure.
On par with me if you count Am.
Wow. Impressive numbers, rookie.
Mm-hmm. These ones will walk slowly in to the area. This one will move here. This one will move here. This one will move here. This one will move. Actually, you know what? Because they are aware, they are feeling quite confident being that close to the landmine. So they're going to be here, and they're going to shoot at this guy. So all 4 of them go, realizing they're not really good shots, so all 4 are going to shoot that one Trill. So it's a miss, and a miss, and a miss, and a hit. And for 17 damage, which is enough. So, working together, 4 shots downrange, they got 1.
Hey!
Good job.
That's all that matters.
That is good. These 3 are going to initiate some attacks, trying to bludgeon people with good old UTP classified heavy pistols. With a 7 plus 4, that's an 11. That is with the defense penalty, so that will hit.
I don't think that's gonna hit. Yeah, no.
That will hit though. So 2 successful hits.
Let's go.
17, that is some damage. That is not enough to drop them. And 14, so barely standing. Both of these. Okay. That is all of them. Trying to see if there's any...
Does the gravity trap last?
1 round.
Okay.
These ones will move here as a double move because they've realized, oh, there's nothing over here at the moment. Maybe if we stand here, someone will come around the corner we can shoot at. Oh, and this guy... Oh, wait. I forgot one.
Oh, yeah.
I can...
Why is...
Yeah, we can get rid of that.
There we go.
Yeah, I needed to make it invisible so that he'd be grabbable.
All right.
No, I got it. He is going to go here.
Okay.
And he's going to take some penalties shooting into combat. And he's going to hope the fact that they are slow will make it easier. Actually, no. You know what? He's going to move to here and shoot at this guy.
Okay.
And he will hit.
Ooh?
And with 15... Wait, my turn! Bam! Block! Yeah! It's like, oh no, I'm late! I wasn't late! And... These 2 will go to you, unfortunately getting kind of in your way. I was like, are you alright? Is there anything this one can do? You are currently on fire, sir!
Out of the way!
Okay. They don't know the direction you're going, so they move like that. Alright, and with that, it is a new round. Wilhelm, roll me a d3.
Ah!
D3. Oh. A 5.
Okay. You will be taking 3 more points of damage. You are currently under, which means that since you have taken damage this turn, it will tick down by 1. It is now your turn. It will tick down by 1.
Ah!
Oh. Is there a way I can put out the fire?
Are you going to spend a feat point this turn?
Yes, I am.
All right. Are you going to spend a standard action trying to put out that fire? It will be an agility
I stop, drop, and roll?
Yes, it will be an agility check to attempt to stop that.
Okay. Agility. Gotcha. 2D. How confident do I feel in this roll?
I'm going to tell you, I know what your agility is, and I wouldn't be very confident in that unless you wanted to use that boost.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to use the boost. Yeah, that's what I was debating.
Because you've got an agility of what, 5?
4.
This map is huge.
2.
1. Take off!
Very good. You needed a 10 or higher on 3 dice. You will be able to extinguish yourself. That is your standard action.
Beautiful.
And I still have a move?
Yes, you still have a move.
Running this way.
No. Not a run. A move.
Walking.
Yes.
That's my move. That was still my move. I just described it as run.
Okay, I apologize. You may reposition yourself. There we go.
It's an injured run.
Mm-hmm.
Just happens to look a lot like a walk.
Yeah. All right.
Feels like a run.
I have good news. You're probably within range of people now.
Whoa.
Yeah. By the way, So at this point that does end your turn. Is there anything you would like to say?
Do I still have a quick action, right?
No, you used your standard action. You get either a standard or a quick.
Or a quick, right?
All right. So I'm just letting you shout something.
I'm no longer on fire.
Oh, I'm gonna radio
Let me do
in.
that with this on.
I'm gonna radio. Wilhelm's alive.
Not on fire. I got to switch over. Now I'm good.
It's like, now I'm good. Hey, Vizier, it is your turn.
A couple rounds ago, I was evil.
Is... Let's see.
At this point, it's definitely looking like it is just the mop-up portion.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. I'm going to tell my warriors that I'm going to start heading ahead because Vakon and I have a speed of 7. So, and even with his boost to charging, I don't think we're definitely not going to connect yet. So, just going to start moving us a little bit faster.
Okay.
And otherwise, I will continue to keep the creatures in check by reaving energy, by reaving fury to maintain soul slave, and to boost their fury to maintain soul slave.
Okay. Good. It is noted.
They're gonna have to figure out something to get out of each other's way, but it's fine. And this group end up.
Okay.
That is the entirety of my action.
All right. Is there anything you would like to shout? Anything you would like to state? Any declarations? Things for any other troops?
Well, it is. I'll be declaring aloud in TTC Common. Waylon, we're coming in to support.
Okay, good.
You remember that whole thing where I was overrun before? Never mind.
Yeah, I'm slightly less overrun now.
Yeah.
With that, it's Hanatra's turn.
So who actually confirmed? No one, right?
If you would like a laugh, the individuals that have confirmed that they're not dead, you have gotten, I'm currently overrun, which I mean technically means they're alive at the point in time they're calling in.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And a bunch of Bakishkik warriors.
Great. Did I hear Wilhelm?
Yes, you here.
I'm no longer on fire.
Did we hear that?
He
Yes.
shouted it.
Okay.
I heard it.
So
I can imagine
hold
why
on.
Waylon would hear it. I just wanted
Yeah,
to make
Wayl-
sure.
I'm going. You know what? For the sake of your concern and the fact that this is literally an open battlefield and he's not using a radio,
Exactly.
I'm going to say no. You didn't hear him.
Oh. So none of us heard him, except for maybe Waylon.
Yeah, Waylon, kind of, perhaps.
Maybe?
Yeah. All right.
I know who definitely heard me.
Mm-hmm.
These three.
Yeah, exactly. The ones that are close to you, for sure.
Yes. I'm no longer on fire. This one can concur. Yes, very good. Very nice, very nice. No longer on fire. Excellent job.
Meanwhile, Amp. The
Beep.
that's right. I named. Nice. So yeah, I guess I'm just gonna continue to double time and move twice. Also, I saw sprint as a feat point expenditure.
Yes.
Could you do
What
that?
What sprint as a feat point expenditure allows you to do is move double your movement and still have all your remaining actions.
That sounds nice.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do that. I will spend a feat point to double move and still try to use an action.
Okay.
Oh sure, now the shout out works again.
Am I just being shouted out every time I type?
Beep, 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 beep.
I think it's because I'm trying to get mix it up off of a non-existent monitor, and I keep trying to move it and close it and reopen it and close it and reopen it, which makes sense.
That would do it.
Yeah, that would do it. Indeed.
You're getting a healthy low dose of meat clips today, then.
I guess so.
Me.
So you are gonna book it
Yep.
and then do other things.
I'm attempt to.
Commence booking and then telling me the other things.
Yes. Because if I can, I'd like to free up Waylon and send Waylon up to help Wilhelm.
Okay.
That's the goal.
All right.
Now let's see if I can hit the goal.
Goal!
Do that. So that's 18.
Okay.
18 and 18 is 36.
So you can get up to 48. So one more block forward.
Perfect.
All right. That'll give you a beat on them.
I'm
You will take some
firing.
penalties. Yeah. Now you'll take some penalties firing into melee, but their backs are turned, which is going to give you some bonuses to firing at them. Overall, let me see. Firing into melee is a Waylon. Firing into melee normally is a -2 or a -4.
I think it's actually a -3, but it probably is 4 range attacks.
I would like to shoot at the ground behind the Trill for an AoE knockdown.
If you're doing that, no, you're perfectly fine.
That's what
so
I'm
in that
planning.
case- okay, that is good. So what you're going to do is you're targeting right about here.
Yes.
All right, so here, you're targeting here. Give me an attack roll.
4.
4, okay. So luckily she's not firing into melee, which is a good thing. So she's not going to take that penalty. So give me an attack roll.
RAT is 4, so it's 2d6 plus 4,
Okay.
I think. If I'm reading that correctly.
What is your poise?
My poise
POI.
is 3.
Okay. Just making sure, because I was like, a 4? That's very low.
No, I have very low poise.
Yes.
4.
All right. 2d6 plus 4.
12.
It's a 12. The only reason that's going to hit them is because their back is turned.
That's fine by me.
Yeah. Which means that they'll automatically be knocked down.
And I'm gonna look at Waylon and just bark and signal, go to Wilhelm.
Waylon gives a thumbs up. You know, as he's holding a gun, so you just see him firmly grasp the rest of his gun.
Firmly grasp it.
Look out! Let's go to finish off Wilhelm.
Oh no, this is the villain arc!
Wait, for reference, I think I only see that. I just see
True.
knocked out enemies. Wait,
Oh! Hey!
just in range, actually.
Perfect. So you heard her bark. She did verbalize, but she also used signal language. The bark would have said, help Wilhelm.
Alright.
I haven't heard enough Andrus yet, though.
She's still gonna keep trying until it's freaking understood.
You heard the explosion, at least.
You did.
It was a good explosion.
Oh, hey, you know what? I can do that.
We'll go ahead
So
and
I'll
spend.
do that.
Come
Excuse
on.
me.
Don't judge me.
Judge you?
Okay.
Why would we judge you?
Judging.
Because we're their friend.
8 out of 10. You have been judged.
Oh snap! What is happening? Pompador, you're dropping a bomb of wonderful gifts! Thank you so much for the gifted subbies! Congratulations, Kiku Panda, Jarvis 2D, Silver Night Lord, My Name is a Lie, and Fuse. On your gifted subbies, please, please, please thank Pompador for his lovely generosity, and also feel free to use them emotes. I want to see more of them emotes.
More.
More!
Oh, here, I got one.
Hey, Silver Knight. You got one? Got one what?
I got a perfect emote to use right now.
Okay, what's the perfect emote you're gonna
Ignore
use?
the random wave that snuck its way in, because the thing moved up when I was clicking rapidly.
Wave?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I saw they were on sale.
Oh, there you go. Oh, thank you for the hydrate. I will hydrate.
All right.
Alright,
But
I'm a
with
hydrate
that,
too.
Panatra, does that complete your turn for barking those orders?
Quick action reloading gun.
Okay. Noted. Hey, Waylon.
Waylon.
Yeah, Waylon.
Waylon, time to do a Waylon. I mean, run.
All right. No, I'm not going to. I'm just gonna quickly bop these two. And then I'm gonna head over. I'll use this. I can attack and then move, right? Or do I have to move
Yes,
and
you can.
attack? Okay.
You just can't
So his.
run, attack, run.
Yes.
Okay.
You can't. There is no spring attack unless you have spring attack.
Got it. The first one is a 13 to hit.
Well, they're down. Oh.
These?
Yeah, those two are knocked
here.
down.
You need to beat a 5 to hit them.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I think you're good.
There's no way I can't
So,
not. Okay.
yeah, so you can't not. It's like shooting. It's like shooting. I'm not even gonna say fish in a barrel. It's like
Crab
it's
on a
bad.
dock.
Like no. It's literally like shooting an upside down crab at point blank because that's exactly what you're doing.
I still like mine.
Yeah. So which one did you shoot first?
Directly stealth.
Okay.
The second one.
Ooh, robot.
Yeah, a little bit of
Sorry.
robot going on.
Am I better or just
Yes, you're better.
Yeah, you do
Okay.
better.
Just
Don't
a
know
little
why it
hiccup.
happened.
It's okay. It happens.
Okay. So let's see. I didn't roll.
Oh,
a
that's a double six!
one.
Oh jeez.
That's a double six!
It's-
Oh jeez.
Let's go!
Here. We're just gonna.
Oh, robot's back.
Oh, that wasn't damn. Let me just hang up and I'll rejoin the call.
Okay.
Oh, I think I'm.
Okay, I was about to tell you that.
Sorry,
All
thank you.
How do I sound now?
You sound
sound
fine.
Okay,
Alright,
so that wasn't damage. That was to attack the other one.
All right. Well, okay. So in that case, it's just who I'm deleting at this point in time. Roll for damage, then for both of them.
Okay. Damage is going to be
Yeah, okay.
almost as much.
Now roll the first one, the one I already deleted.
All right. Okay.
I don't need to undo anything. There we go.
Yes. So I'm going to use a quick action to reload one of my guns.
Uh-huh.
It's a free quick action. I have maximum feet points, but not for long. Down to 2. And I'm going to use that to sprint. Sprint is full movement, right? So double move? Or is
Yes.
it just... Okay. So
It's double move.
my-
That is why it is worth a feat point.
Yeah.
that my speed is a 7, so move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, hey,
Oh,
Wilhelm.
wonderful.
Okay. All right, give me a quick detection check, and by that I mean, here. You automatically pass a detection check. You remember how I said that all the Kriskelians have effectively that like centralized core of nougaty goodness and everything that holds the majority of them?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
leaking. That's leaking. He is cracked open and is oozing.
Oh!
Okay. I get out the bonding tape for my next turn.
But it's like, hey, how you doing? I'm no longer on fire. Oh, you are like, oh, that's not good. You'll be allowed to make a medicine check next turn, but this is the equivalent of a guy walking up to you going, oh, hi, how are you doing? With their rib cage open and their exposed heart beating while still squirting a couple of times out like an old Looney Tunes commercial.
Hey, this
Oh, hi
reminds
there.
me of something. What does this remind me of? Oh, it's me. Wilhelm, could you lay down? This will make the surgery much easier. Not that way, you're leaking that way.
Downloading.
Because I won't spend a feat point because I'm at help now. Wilhelm will actually just fall back.
Hey, okay. But yes. All right.
Are we not having the warriors do anything?
Those are workers.
Those are
But I'm
workers,
talking about
but
the warriors that are in combat.
I will
The
roll for that.
warriors, yeah, they'll continue doing their jobs.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
fine.
don't have
and this
any
one that
warriors.
also up here.
Oh, hey, look!
All right. That will not be a charge, but it will at least be an attack.
Mhm.
He will hit,
Sweet.
and he will
Nice.
finish the job.
Good job.
17 may or may not be miffed about the kill steal.
Aww.
17 is.
17's a worker, so he doesn't understand that he's miffed. He needs to be miffed.
He doesn't have an ego to be bruised.
Hmm.
All right. Do. But yes, so that is the top end there. And with that, that'll be that area cleared, and I'm going to roll for the 2 warriors. 3 warriors, sorry. A hit. Doesn't really matter because, yeah, any damage was going to finish that one off. A hit. Yes, and heavily injured, still alive. A miss. Noted. Warriors done.
Good job.
Okay. With that, some attack back will be. Oh wait, no.
Oh my
I
god.
apologize. Bursting out of the smoke and flame is Reek Till.
Yeah.
So still on fire.
No.
He's in the same state I was.
So, still on fire. Literally looks like a fireball with a pair of shotels running out of a crater that is smoking, and will charge into combat against the one near it, and will successfully hit, and will kill steal the heck out of that one.
Oh boy.
But that will be the entirety of his turn. There is only 8 remaining. We are in wrap-up mode at this point in time, but it does look as though Vizier will get close enough to at least throw a ranged attack at something. Oh wait, what? I'm sorry. It's like, you successfully defended the heck out of and cleared out one entire flank, and unfortunately, as you've been advancing to roll up the flank, the closest things to you have been being killed before you get to them.
Oops.
It's fine.
Which has been humorous to me.
Mm-hmm.
Downloading.
Alright, but anyway, Riktil's Warriors with a 13 that will hit. With a 13 that will hit. That will miss. And okay, and a 15 will hit. So let's roll for some damage. That guy is getting hit twice, so yeah, he's just gonna get. These two will grab onto the one trill and will pull in different directions. This one here misses, and that one there will do just enough damage to finish off that guy. So, from there, that ends Riktil's. Now it is the remaining capture squads, which is a whole heck of a lot of nothing. Let's see. They're going to attack those workers with a... That will miss. That will hit. Okay. And that will be enough to kill a worker. So one will be dropped by these two as the grav mine phases out and they speed back up to where they should be. They are able to cut down one of the worker cast that is in that melee. This one here is attempting it with a 7 + 5 is a 12, ties, and will not finish off the warrior there. So as he is at 1 health, so a successful hit that got any damage would have been enough to drop him. This one here is at 2 health and is unfortunately fighting 2 of them. With a 7 + 5 that ties. Other one.
6 + 5.
6 + 5, but it's from behind. So that is a 13. So, 6, if I roll a 7 or higher on this, and that is an 8. So one of Wayland's warriors will be pulled down and will be eventually stabbed in a vulnerable spot between 2 plates of armor.
That is sad.
Lastly, the injured Trill here will lash out and will miss a lot, panicking as it is currently against 2 other warriors. At that point in time, that completes all of theirs, as we are down to only a half dozen Trill left on the field. It is now the artillery's turn, and their response is, this one is going to recharge for now.
Okay, good.
And now it is the workers' turn. In combat. 7 + 11, miss. Miss, okay.
Miss. Miss.
Yeah.
Miss.
Miss.
No!
Okay,
Fire!
these guys are not going to open fire into here because they are in hand-to-hand combat. They are going to actually pile in.
On top of the bomb?
No, that bomb already went off.
Oh, okay. It's still visible.
I apologize.
No, it's okay.
I will make it so. Now, the good news, that was the grav bomb. So
Oh, okay.
that does nothing but slow things down.
Which is fine.
Yeah, these guys will move here. And you know what? They'll line up. Yeah, they're going to shoot at this guy. That's what they can do. That is a 11. That is a miss. And a 6. That is a miss. Okay, that is fine. And these 2 remaining, 3, sorry, will get into hand-to-hand combat. Miss. 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 Okay, there we go. Not much happens with the workers. Other than that, these 2 will approach and will. These 2 will ask if there is any way they may give their life to assist.
Oh my goodness.
Here, I apologize. Oh wait, no, 17's not there. Otherwise, it was going to be. Is there any way this one can give their life to assist? 17. Is there any way this one can give someone else's life to assist?
Oh my god.
This one has tasted blood and enjoys it.
Ah, the taste of your first blood.
And second and third, there was a lot of spraying.
And fourth,
And
perhaps.
And
Yes.
fourth, yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. But yes, so that will end that, and we are now back to Wilhelm, who is currently down. So it ticks down again. How many? So you are now at 4 rounds have ticked down, Wilhelm. What is your physique?
6.
6. You have 2 rounds remaining.
No.
Dun, 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 dun.
I will look up at Waylon. I help you know how my biology works.
Yeah, just keep the stuff in that's supposed to be in the rocks. You gave me a crash course. Don't worry, I got this.
As he pulls out a roll of space
Crush
duct tape.
course. Oh no.
All right. So with that out of the way, hey, Vizier, it's your turn. Vizier. Angry as snow.
Sorry.
Nomius Ang.
No, Miss
My apologies.
I'm just picturing a really short Aang from Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yep. I could see it.
Conical hat. Yeah.
Maybe with like that fake beard he sometimes has.
We're going to keep charging, but I don't think anything's going to happen.
Oh,
my god! I can
oh my
reach one.
god, you can reach one. Darn, I was gonna go for that one.
So there's just that.
That's fine. What's much more entertaining is that Vacon can reach one.
Oh.
So that's what's going to happen.
So that sounds like Vacon is about to get a boosted attack. maybe a second attack.
Amen.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Well, look, let's be honest. I'm not worried about giving Vacon a second attack. I'm just boosting the one. We're just
That's
boosting
good.
this attack.
That is an excellent point. When has Vacon ever needed a second attack against a small thing? Oh, sorry, a second chance to damage. All right.
It's not really where my concern is.
So we're going to see this. Their base defense is going to be 14, but you were attacking from the back, so you get +2. You get bonuses on a charge because of their special ability.
Yep.
So you need to beat a 14 with what's their MAT?
MAT is where'd you go?
It's either 6 or 7.
MAT is a 5.
Oh, 5. Okay.
Actually, only a 5. Oh, but that's all right. That's what the boost is for.
Yes.
Which plus the 2 will make it 7.
All right. And you're boosting that attack?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So 20.
Yeah, that's going to hit. All right, roll your 3d6 for damage while I delete this guy. Yeah, so that's still
6
18.
plus the 4. Yeah,
Yeah,
plus the
13.
14 damage.
Okay, yeah, so 20 damage. Yes, you may roll. Does Vacon have any injuries? Yes, he does. Roll me a d3.
He does. Yes. Whoop.
There you go, heals 3.
Fantastic.
And
Let's go over to Vacon. Mm-hmm.
Yep,
And
they took some damage from that shriekling.
they sure did.
Beep. 3.
And I'm gonna go over there. And
I
I'd have to
agree,
get
that is
Vulcan
funny.
confused because There's a big thing in my way.
Mmm.
The two bull kicks look at each other and do that thing of like effectively a dog looking into a mirror for the first time, which is really funny considering they're not actually looking into a mirror.
Yep.
Could be funnier. It could be like the thing a lot of cats do, which is attack it.
That wouldn't be funny right now. Because it's not a mirror, it's an actual another creature. And two geek bull kicks getting into a fight will change the local terrain.
Yeah.
Oh, we'd have a new crater.
Yeah, the problem is they're fighting.
terrain.
Yeah, they would be fighting over landmines and spike traps.
Boy.
But
Boy.
yes.
Yeah, but that's, and otherwise, my standard control upkeeps that I've been doing.
Very good. Control upkeeps will be upkept.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, it looks
And
like this is going to.
Yeah, that's all. That's what I've got.
Very good. Is there anything you would like to say? Any declarations or that? I want to make sure social soliloquies are reminded and exist.
Oh no, absolutely. I don't really feel my input's necessary at this time.
Okay.
Seems pretty straightforward what's happening. And, we're winning.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
There, that's the whole of what I've got.
Very good, very good. And with that, that is the end of that turn. And we have ourselves now Hanatra, followed by Waylon on deck.
I'm gonna try get to these guys as much as I can
Okay.
with a run.
All right.
Well, start off with movement.
Mhm.
I might get there.
Could be really funny if you do.
Funny if I do?
Really funny if you do, yes. Because if you do, those things are dead.
I mean, yeah, but if I don't... Oh yeah, I get there.
Yeah, even with working your way around and in, that's just almost a leisurely jog around this.
Mm.
As you'll hear over your radio, this one greets the large bio beast woman. This one sees you on camera.
Ah. She'll start punching.
As number 3 just goes, hello, effectively.
Yeah. Unfortunately, no response can happen other than grr, which might be translated as, oh no, I've made her angry. So, she instead chooses not to respond.
Okay. Oh no, she's ignoring this one. This one has made her angry. This one is receiving the silent treatment. What has this one done wrong?
She
has
rolls
this one
her
not
eyes.
served loyally?
Rolls her eyes. Actually, you know what?
You're like, dude.
Yeah, no, we... What's that? Sorry? What was that?
Bark at him.
Yeah, I know. Bark, exactly. Bark, bark, woof, woof. Oh no! She is being loud and threatening. I must have made her angry.
This one must have upset her. Far worse than this one originally thought. Hatch opens. It's like, this one will gladly give their life to make up for their mistake. It's like, stop that!
Bop. Cut it out. Get back in there.
This one does not understand. Is this one being pet?
Yes, absolutely. I'm going to use a feat point to do a two-fister and punch.
All
With
right.
Knuckle Duster. And go after these two trail. And let's see here. That is a +7 on attack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's a
Oh
15.
yeah. Oh yeah. And this is from behind, so
And that's
you
a
need to beat
14.
10. Yep. Okay, here we go. I know your base damage. Roll your damage for both of them. Because you're rolling 3d6.
Yeah. 3d6 plus 8.
Uh-huh.
First attack is an 18.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And the second attack is an 18.
All right. So, how do you want here? Describe the violence that is about to be wrought on the those two unsuspecting individuals as I preemptively delete them.
She comes up behind them menacingly, looms over top, cracks her knuckles.
The workers look up. One of them, here. The workers look up, no longer fearing the trill. Looking above the trill, one raises the pistol before the other worker lowers the pistol.
There's like an ominous shadow hiding her face as she's looming down, and just her eyes, just a glint of light reflects out of them as she punches down into one of the trill and then grabs it and uses it to smash into the other trill, scooping both bodies away from the Bakishkik. And then looks at the Bakishkik and smiles. Without teeth!
Yeah. So, the third one, so not the middle one that pointed the gun or the left one that lowered the gun for the middle one. The third one on the right, the one that is mostly covered in trill goo, waves happily. Just hello.
Perfect. Oh my god.
It's like, all right.
And that's, I get 2 feet points for killing them, correct?
Yes, you do.
Okay, just making sure.
And with that humorous moment aside, let's quickly turn back to a serious moment here.
Very serious
Hey,
moment.
Waylon, Wilhelm's dying in front of you. He doesn't seem to realize it.
Wasn't I concussed as well?
At one point.
Yes, but unfortunately the fire started cooking you from the inside, or from the outside in, and that got replaced with the worse situation.
Alright, so Waylon is going to get out the bonding tape, the surgery kit, and did I use the floating D6? Because I might use the floating D6 here.
I'm going to say that you didn't use your floating D6, but make sure to mark down that you have now used it.
Okay.
How's that?
Alright, I'm going to mark it down. Floating D6 use.
Okay. This would have been a
Floating
great
D6s have been
time.
used
Yeah.
in order to save me.
Alright, so the medicine is going to be a 4, plus the surgery kit, which boosts it up to a 6. The bonding tape is merely for roleplay.
The number you need to beat is a 14.
Okay. So.
There was ever a time that anyone redeemed
Five.
anything.
It's boosted. So.
Oops.
Eh.
Yep.
Hey.
It's a tie.
Ooh,
So
what
it's a
does
fail.
tie-
Oh!
However, Wilhelm,
Yeah.
roll me a d6.
Roll like your life depends on it. That's a 6.
Okay, noted. All right, we'll get back around to that later.
Can I use the bonding tape to beat the tie? All of
No,
it.
unfortunately.
Aw.
Oh.
All right. Okay, Reektil smolders. He also smolders.
Ha.
Yeah, no, when you first said it, I'm imagining him looking at the camera, lips
Yep.
pursed.
Turn, duck-faced moment there. Also on fire. Just doing his best I can't stop twinkling, always staring at the camera moment.
My shiny teeth and me.
But yes, other than that, he will say, it's like, I have grown bored of mopping up these plebeians. Finish them off for me.
Oh, thank God. He's stepping back.
So,
I was worried he wasn't.
but yes, he's like, onward! And then we'll just, he will sheath his weapons and will attempt to dust off the alchemist fire on his shoulder, which means that instead what he does is he just spreads it to his hand, which he is now quickly shaking.
Oh, God.
He is now making complaints about why is it sticky? Fire isn't supposed to be sticky! But with that, we will roll for them, and this is going to probably be the end of this combat. That is a hit. That is
Ooh,
a
double
crit.
6.
That is a hit. Okay. And then these two guys here, you know what? So, yeah. I'm just eliminating these two right now. There's one left, but by the time... Oh, wait, Waylon, your guys will fight. That was a hit, and that was not. But one hit, and damage is... And it's already injured, so that finishes it up. Okay, good news. So...
Good news, everyone!
The good news. There's no combat left anymore. Bad news, everyone. Wilhelm is still dying, and Waylon has failed to patch him back together. Wilhelm, it's your turn. You immediately stabilize on your own.
Oh my God.
Yay.
Oh my God.
As this is as this is Wilhelm's first round not on fire, so I allowed him to make his tough roll.
Oh my God.
So it's just, oh no, there's nothing I can do. I'm so sorry, Wilhelm. And then he heals. He is stable at 0, but now may begin to heal.
I'm fine. What do you mean?
Stands up.
Dusts off the fire particles, ash, and goof that has been leaking from whatever crack and stone that was there.
Checks to make sure all parts are accounted for.
Realizes that one of the rocks is dislodged somehow.
Oh, hey, I have a new floating bit there.
That okay? You're welcome.
Yes, thank you. I think. I assume you helped.
Yeah. Yes. I assume I did too.
All right. With this, combat is officially over for this portion. I will state the following, though. Everyone may, at this point, if you are injured, you may refresh your physique in damage.
Yay!
I have good news. Vakon is at full health.
I am not.
I'm at full health.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to do this strategically.
Yeah.
I say strategically. I have 6. I'm just going to remove 2 from every category.
Sounds
There
good.
you go.
I will
So
be
you
right back. I just gotta use the restroom.
One across the board. Understood. All right. The party may regroup and begin discussing as I'm going to start moving units off of the field.
Okay.
And organizing them appropriately.
Fair enough.
Me, I have to be getting amped down to the mech where I will repair later.
Yes. Now, I would like to let you know, your proximity alarms are notifying you that there will be the next big wave is not going to be in a day. It's not going to be in a half day. It seems to be going to approach soon. You probably have 4 hours tops.
Oh, 4 hours to do what I can.
All right. But while that's going on, I'm going to finish taking out this.
Okay. Well,
All right.
tend to the wounded.
Yep.
We can
Reset
by
the
way,
traps.
Yep. I do apologize. I did realize now it was actually a little bit funnier than that. The ones that a little bit of a retcon, but not really much of a retcon. What occurs is those workers were not actually using bows and pistols, pistols. Those ones that got in that last little fight over here by Hanatra were actually Reektel's workers.
Okay.
Oh.
So, which meant bows and spears, which also makes it more funny for that moment of Reektel's worker cast. Look up, see Hanatra, having never really dealt with Hanatra before.
I'm sorry, I just got back. What did I miss?
The ones that you had scared the pants off of while decimating those last two Trill were actually Reektel's workers, which makes it even more funny when they look up and they're like, "What is that?" Because they don't actually, they've never encountered you in giant monster form.
Mm-hmm.
So there's more of a raise a bow at you while scared.
Okay. Interesting.
Mild adjustment.
Mm-hmm.
More pants darkening terror.
Oh, jeez.
Because it's the... Oh, that's a light bio beast that's just arrived directly behind the Trill.
Yeah,
Staring
totally.
directly at the Trill. Never mind, we're fine.
Mm-hmm. And I heard something about 4 hours roughly until the next hit?
Yes, it is looking like 4 hours until the next large wave. So you guys, I'm going to say you have about an hour so here, I'm moving minions and individuals off of the map for the time being.
Okay.
As individuals are tending to their wounds.
Okay.
Reektil will approach, still mildly on fire.
Okay. Could probably remove the fire and the black hole with fire as well?
I will remove the fire portion, but not the crater.
Okay. I mean, that's fair.
Because that was several kilos of explosives.
That's fair. Hanatra will shift back into her human form.
Okay.
They are coming, and what we need to do is to make sure that we are more available to support each other as needed.
Ooh.
I have large force. I have the most durable forces at the moment. Are those under my command. I could take the furthest flank and keep it for whatever may happen next, with the rest of you working together to protect the other flanks. The shorter distance between those entry points will guarantee then that you will have more room to support each other when the inevitable waves become an issue.
I would like to suggest something. I would like to take the other farthest flank with Reektil. I believe that would be beneficial.
I also think it would be beneficial if you try to repair anything that might need to be repaired. As she looks Wilhelm up and down.
I will be trying to do that, yes. On both myself and Am. Although we probably will not both be getting to full capacity.
You have reliable long-ranged attacks. The sort that can keep you out of a melee.
Issue. I don't have exactly long range. Best I have is a mid-range, and I am much more suited for melee combat.
May I suggest you stay with Vizier then?
This is why I suggested Reektil. One, I do not wish to be back over there.
Not alone.
No, I don't wish to be back over there, period.
It does seem to be the troublesome area.
Yes, that is why I wish not to be over there.
Which is why I will be taking that area.
I also think that addressing the Bakishkik who were captives,
Yes.
should be addressed.
Yes. Reektil currently has his soldiers, for the time being, binding the 4 surviving heavily injured worker cast that were used as shields.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, yes, yes, tie them up tight. We don't want them running off and giving away any information.
And if we can have them join our side, that would be nice. Especially since our forces
very
are
least, that
getting
would
chipped
require-
away.
It does seem that am I correct in assuming the 4 workers that were with me are the only ones remaining?
I
Very
don't know.
least, they would require time to heal and time to train.
Of course.
I don't believe they're going to be useful
Not
in the next
now.
few hours.
Yeah.
Let us worry about business.
Mhm.
Are
We
there
have-
weapons are not using? Because now is the time.
And is anyone low on ammo and needs to be resupplied?
Let's see.
What of that silent weapon?
The mine?
Yes.
Why are we not employing that on the battlefield?
Well,
Gain immediate advantage for long-range attacks against leaders?
Is it
it's-
long range?
It's got a range of, let's see. That's weird. Silence. No. It doesn't have the range listed, strangely enough. Oh, no, range 8. 8 inches,
go.
so...
It is a pistol. You
Mhm.
took the silence ability and put it on a pistol, is what you did.
Yes.
So it's not long range.
Very well. Do you have a stealth cloak,
I do.
like Hanatra does?
Yes. Yes, I do. Where would you like me to sit with it?
Then you should give your warriors some baseline orders
Mm-hmm.
while you attack from an advantageous position.
Okay.
If possible,
Hanatra,
I would
have
like
seen you use a. Please continue.
I would like to make sure the tree line is now clear of all snipers from the enemy lines. I took out 3, but I
Okay.
don't know how many may still be lurking.
Would you like to be? Then what I recommend, then what we could do is you and I move along the tree line, seeing if we could flush some out.
Yes,
We can do that over the next hour or so,
I agree.
until such time as the forces get closer.
All right.
Wilhelm, do everything you can to please stop getting into situations where you almost die.
That would be
I've
preferred.
only almost died once,
That's good.
and that was
Yes.
today.
But that was
not enough?
more than enough.
You make it sound though that it's happened. Second. You make it sound though that it's happened many times.
Reektil will laugh and will approach and will happily slap Wilhelm's shoulder and go, "Do not worry, for you see, now that his heir that he is supposed to defend isn't here, he's imprinted on you, like one of those baby birds I keep hearing of."
For the communications, you allow Hanatra to talk to the rest of us when she is transformed. That is something we need.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot afford your death.
I don't think anyone could. Especially now.
Yes, yes. A fine biobeast of that sort would be most expensive.
Fine biobeast.
Also correct.
Who is this fine biobeast?
Are you referring to me?
Amp.
Ah,
Oh, right. I forget. They're first the armatures. ILDs.
do you think
Reektil looks around and goes, "Yes, Amp. Yes."
You were referring to me.
With an oops. sort
No.
of face.
No, he is not.
Like,
He's referring to Hanatra.
Me.
this one is changing their referral to AMP.
Mm-hmm.
Well, neither of us look human, so
I would like to apologize and to amend my previous statement.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. I understand that I am very strange, and as well as Wilhelm. We are not something that your species has encountered previously.
Unless you take it as a compliment, of course, and then in that case it was entirely what I meant.
I don't care.
I'm sure Hanatra takes it as an accomplishment. Being intimidated like Bionis, that means
Okay, now,
she's a threat to things.
Hanatra, are there not weapons that you can make use of that you are not currently making use of?
The only weapon that I have that has not been utilized yet has been the spear, but that is mostly because I can do a lot more damage with my fists.
Very well. I
The
don't
spear-
actually disagree with that either.
The spear seems to have been, from what I have seen from Hanatra, very useful when she decides that she is going to go toe-to-toe with the other super heavy cavalry.
Yes. When I need to fight something bigger than I am, I will use the spear.
Very well. Are you making use of that large weapon of yours?
Yes.
The
I call
explosive one.
I call it the woof now. She smiles.
Okay. Did we not use that to flush out snipers?
Because the ammo is expensive, and we don't have a lot of it right now.
Ah.
If that is the ammo, then I
No ammo.
I'm sorry, one more time?
But we reckon whatever your word is, we asked for more ammunition.
We do have more.
Is that not among the ammunition?
There is more, but it's still not a lot.
Yeah, I will re-equip and redistribute ammo amongst the orca cast that were using it.
Mm-hmm.
And what did you say, Wilhelm?
I believe that's the ammo that someone has to make, is it not?
Yes, because it's the high power energy cells.
So, not only does it require a high power energy cell, but it also requires a tungsten spike.
Which is low on supply.
Yes.
Wilhelm, can you ask our ally inside to help you with repairing AMP to the best of your two possible capabilities?
I can certainly do that, yes. I should. Right here.
And forgive me, I am
Perhaps
seeming to
if we
blank
find
on his
ourselves-
name.
Griffin Tyke?
Tyke. It was Tyke.
Griffin
Okay.
Tyke.
I'm sorry. When I hear the word Tyke, I think of a small child.
Well, then you've got his mentality down.
He doesn't act like a small child.
You immediately hear over the radio, "No, don't!"
Yes, that is a perfect example of a Tyke response.
No,
Even more of a perfect response.
It's like, in my defense, I'm on a lot of painkillers right now.
I'm in pain.
I
Without
thought you
the
didn't
painkillers.
have that sense.
But they do have a sense of being alive.
Everything inside me is screaming.
You get that looked at.
Do we have anyone that could
Later,
look at that?
After the next wave.
Genuine question. If any of us are to experience that again, do we have anyone who could look at that? To look at any of us who are injured? Other than
Yes.
Waylon.
I mean, I'm perfect for that, especially if I'm going to be hiding under a blanket.
But you're not necessarily going to be able to cover this entire battlefield if one of us goes down again. May I suggest if we have flares of some kind or something to alert the rest of the party, hey, we need more help, So that way we know an exact location rather than being on the radio, where we're guessing where we are on the battlefield.
Griffin Tyke over the radio. In that case, you also might want to come in here and grab the crate of all of the various aether chemical stuff I've got.
Various aether chemical? Can we be a little more specific on what the etheric chemicals are?
Well, let us go inside and see.
I agree.
Yes, we have.
Can I do a quick sweep first? And then I'll go
Okay.
inside? Thank you. A natural will put the cloak on. And she'll start to sweep the outer tree line, making sure that there's
Okay.
no lingering threats that are trying to hide, so she can either scare them out or take them out.
All right. So please give me 3 detection checks, and as that is going on, I will also bring up the bombardment does begin anew from the mobile biofortress, or in this case, just the biofortress because it's currently not mobile. But you will be fine for the time being.
Okay.
And to avoid the thing that happened last time, I'm going to ask number 3 if he's okay to stay in there.
This one is
And,
perfectly fine inside. As a matter of
alright.
fact, this one seems like, while some of the others seem to have issues with this one finds comfort in the strength that they direct.
Understandable. Would any of you feel more comfort with me staying in here with you while under the bombardment?
It's like you can hear kind of the murmur, affirmation, murmur, confused affirmation. Like, effectively, you're doing that thing where you're asking their opinion again.
And they're like, what's this? I don't
We
understand.
have reached a conclusion. We would like whatever you would like.
I would like to stay in here to make sure you guys don't go crazy like the last crew.
Excellent. Come on in.
All right.
I was like, as you will note that they have made themselves at home. There's literally like a bed in the center of just like a bundle of
Aw.
like leaves and chunks of moss and stuff like that. So in between, they've kind of just been like cuddle puddling in the inside of the turret.
Aww.
That's adorable. I will join them.
That was not meant to be said in Wilhelm's voice, but it works.
It's fine.
You said whatever I would like. I want. This is what I want.
It's like, I want cuddle puddle.
My
A
detection
buggle
checks.
A
Buggle
huggle.
huggle. I love that. My detection checks were 13, 16, 13.
All right. You are confident at this point in time with the bombardment in full swing, as well as your sweep. There appears to be no snipers out there. Also, considering the fact you haven't been shot, also definitely helps with your sweep.
Yep. That's what I thought. Okay. She will radio in. Tree line is clear. And then she'll head inside to hang out with everybody else and see what the etheric chemicals could be.
Alright, so you have 13 bioluminescent extract, 13 mutagenic extract, 12 troche, adrenal extract, 20 solid and 20 liquid ethereal waste, aether waste.
The items that he actually has that he is showing you is the finished products.
Ah, okay.
Which includes 3 aether chemical grenades, 1 vitrolic acid grenade, and then 2. So you've got 3 fire bombs throwable, 1 acid bomb throwable, and then 2 remaining vials that still need crack seed pods for them to be loaded into.
Trying to see. Oh, yeah, I have 12 if he needs them.
Okay, cool. So you have a total of 5. So a total of 4 fire grenades, and 1 acid grenade to spread amongst yourself.
I'm just gonna say this: I have zero in throwing, and Hinatra's the strongest.
Remember,
not
it is
give it to
based
me.
on. Remember, it is based on poise.
Oh,
Yeah, don't give it to me.
Do not give it to me.
I'll take one.
I suppose it will be split amongst you and I then, Waylon.
All right, I'll take half. You can have the other half.
I probably have
What-
one of those boys.
Do you have a
No.
preference?
Not particularly, but I do want to be very clear on the function. What needs to be done? What is the order? What happens?
AKA, how do you use these? I am also curious.
All right, Griffin Tyke comes on. It's like, all right, cool. So I was actually working with Zip on this one before when we were talking shop for a little while and everything like that. So, crack seed pods. They're kind of like grenades. I really shouldn't be shaking this while I'm explaining it. I'm going to put this down and I'm going to gesture at it instead of talking with my hands while holding a explosive. Anyway, crack seed pods. You probably know this, he says while pointing at Vizier. They have that little nub at the bottom that you break off that causes them to the inner portion to start to expand, which is why they tend to
Yes.
explode out in the wild, is when they, snap off on the branches and they fall to the ground. So, what has happened is they've effectively kept the end of the branch, they've sawn off at about 6 inches up the branch or the reed or whatever you want to call it. So it's got this nice handy-dandy handle, at least for the time being. You snap that off, that now primes the thing, it's going to explode, and then you yeet.
I don't think I know that word. I can
It means
infer.
to throw really hard.
Understood.
Yeet. It is a verb. It is the opposite of yoink.
Once it lands, will it explode?
Yes. Any impact after that point in time will set it off.
Very good. Do we know what the radius on these are?
On average, here, I'll give you a diameter instead. Roughly 18 feet. Or, hold on, what is your... And then he gives a Bakishkik unit of measurement equivalent.
Understood. Thank you.
Not a problem.
Are there anything
Okay, so that's
in there?
not going to my warriors. These are just for me.
Yes. You just looked at their poise, didn't you?
I sure did. Poise of one.
Oh
Yeah.
no!
Oh, they have a worse poise than me. Never mind.
Wow.
They literally don't have hands. They got
Nope.
giant meaty claws.
I know. But I was looking at it going like, could I get all of us to throw a line of them at once? That would be cool.
Mm.
That would be cool.
Looking at it,
Unfortunately, no.
No, I cannot.
Well, you could. It just might not end well.
Only if I want to eat them.
All right. But yeah, so conversations happen. Good bit of fun right there and all that. So Griffin Tech is really happy about explosives. Also, it seems like the painkillers have kicked in. He's a little bit on the loopy side, more so than usual. Very difficult to tell, though.
Right, do I still ask him to help?
I think it's a recommended idea. He knows his way around mechanical things. I mean, look what he did to the coffee maker.
Even if this stinks?
Did that to the coffee maker. What could he do for you?
Exactly. What could he do for any of us? He's an
I'll
ally.
give it a shot. Griffin.
Yes.
1 second.
It'll be fine.
You felt the slow head turn.
Yeah,
with
oh
that,
yeah.
didn't you?
With the smug grin on top
Yeah.
of it.
Wide eyes, no top eyelids visible.
I need to recover so I can say it in character without dying of.
All right.
Okay. I could use a hand repairing amp, and I am also needing to repair myself.
Well, I can't help with the second one, but I got 3 hands to help with the first.
3?
He goes 1, 2, and then the giant mechanical arm unfolds on his back and wiggles its fingers.
Ah, perfect.
Is that
should
new?
definitely help.
Not really. It's kind of been there the whole time. I just normally don't get a chance for someone to ask for a hand.
Ah. She'll look at the hand. She'll look at Tyke. She'll look back at the hand. She'll look back at Tyke. Shrug and walk away.
So unfortunately, the first little bit of you repairing is going to be on your own. Don't do anything too dangerous to my neck, please.
He gives you that, like, that, oh, come on look, as he just, the head tilts to the side. He kind of just gives you a side-eyed glance, and he goes, look, I might be an over-caffeinated, highly medicated currently individual, but I am responsible when it comes to the upgrades and repairs of armatures.
Fair enough.
Everything else, beware. But armatures, responsible.
Head turns to the coffee maker.
The coffee maker may or may not be on fire at any point in time. Schrodinger's coffee maker. A quantum
Only on
entangled
purpose.
state of on fire.
It's under the exhaust pipe. It's on purpose.
All right, then I will start making my way down to the mech bay where I'll sit down for now. The rest.
While attempting to patch yourself up a bit.
Yep.
All right, noted. So, as I've said, you've restored those 6. That is what you're going to be able to do in between. Anything else is going to require a long period of rest.
Okay.
Which, unfortunately, we don't have.
Is what I'm going to be able to do between now and the next battle.
Yep. But on the
Okay,
bright note,
then.
you can do your walk it off ability, your walk it off stuff in the next battle using some feat points.
As long as you have feat points to
could.
spend.
I think he's got 1 left.
Yeah, I do. Okay,
Right.
so instead then, I'm not going to spend any time patching myself up then. And I will instead be helping Griffin Tide repair amp.
Now, hold on. Short-term healing. Just making sure on this. You might be able to get 1 healing roll if you did nothing else, just so you know. I'm checking right now.
Ooh. Menasha will look to Vizier and say, are there any other precautions that you think we could take in the meantime? Perhaps setting some of the holes?
Wayland, do you believe you could teach a worker about how to use a radio? Well,
What? It's not too difficult now.
Do we have enough?
that is, although honestly, that is something to consider for the future. For as far as the holes, take advantage of them. Find the tactical use in them. Force the enemy to go through them, to go down them, or go around them. Use the opposite sides to use your short and mid-range attacks.
Okay.
I'm more referring to the pitfalls that were exposed.
Until we have enough time to get them covered, we have what we have.
Fair enough.
At this point, we have, an estimated 2 hours until they arrive? That is not enough time to cover a noticeable portion, let alone a majority.
All right. About 3, I would say.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
I assume less time.
Yep, and that is fine.
Where would be the best location for me to set up with the silence gun?
Where, if you truly wish to be intense about it, the tree line.
I was just about to suggest the same thing, perhaps where our defenses are not as strong with all the traps.
Sure, I'll set up there.
Just make sure to give your warriors, give a radio to one of your people, show them how to use it, make sure that they relay information for you. Perhaps number 3, since that one is very good at following your orders.
And also
Alright, I
can
can
speak
give-
common.
Number 3, yeah, I will print out a radio for number 3.
You suddenly remember that you won't need to print out a radio for number 3, as he is inside of the turret, which means that he does already have access to a radio.
Okay. So the orders are going to be main for the warriors, and the workers are going to be, the workers will support the warriors and fire at range. And when they run out, go retrieve other ammo. I will probably leave the ammo right here. So by the entrance where it's further back. We only have 2 hours. I'm not going to ask anyone to try and move these 2 turrets back here up front more.
Griffin Tyke will remind you that those 2 turrets have been put in place. Once they were installed, they're not going anywhere.
Okay.
So if we want to
That is
have
our
a
fallback position.
right, if we want to have a tactical fallback, they'll be there to help cover us. Which honestly might be a better option anyways. Let the enemy lines come forward. Let them set off our traps. Let them set off the bombs. Let them have troubles with the barbed wire. Let us stay inside the barrier to hide from any kind of bombardment.
And then they have to fight the entire force of us.
While we're closer and have less land to cover.
So that will be my order to the warrior cast, to help them escape, have them help the worker class inside the accountant out when it starts to become overrun, and then fall back into the base, defending the other 2 turrets once the worker cast is in the base.
Sounds like a
those
tactical.
are my standing orders.
Sounds tactical.
Yes.
So, now, Wilhelm, I have found out, for every hour of rest for the first 3 hours, if you are actually maintaining doing nothing but recuperating, you will recover 1 point of vitality per hour.
Now I'd have to do that for all 3 hours?
You could do 1 hour and heal 1, or 2 and heal 2, or 3 and heal 3.
Okay. I would probably rest for 1 hour then, and then focus more on amp.
Okay. So you're going to rest for an hour. Okay.
Yes.
All right. In that case, Griffin Tyke is going to do some repairs while you are currently recouping. Plus 8, 15. Okay. Not too bad. That is a success. 2, 3, D6. All right. The first hour, he is going to repair 4 points.
Okay.
Nice.
Right across. 2, 3, 4.
That's
Alright.
what we like to see. Less
And
red.
I will heal my 1.
Yep. All right. So, but that will be generally your first hour. During that, what is everyone else doing for this first hour?
I had already stated.
Yep, you have done your
I'm-
sweeps,
Yep.
and you will be successful on that one. Sorry, Waylon, your turn.
Well, I'm going to be talking to number 3. He's going to be in charge of relaying information to me while I'm out. I'm also going to tend to the wounded, see whom I can patch up.
Okay. Now, the good news for that, the last portion, is the Bakishkik are already actually tending to their own wounds and to each other's.
Okay, good.
Good.
So let's go over those first two again. Repeat the first one.
The first one is I'm going to be basically telling number 3 that he's going to relay important battle information to me. And I'm going to, when I relay an order to him, his orders are, words from his mouth are going to be my orders.
Okay.
So all the other Bakishkik have to understand that.
Okay.
Until I say otherwise.
They are entirely used to relays.
Got it. Good. And I'm going to hope that number 3 doesn't suddenly get an ego.
That's not how they work.
Sure.
Good.
Fear is adorable and incredibly alien.
Yes, I am an alien. Just be glad I didn't start coming here speaking Zeep Glorp.
Ah, what a lovely language.
Bad thing?
Yes?
Anyways, don't have time for that.
All right. Now, with that,
All right.
the first hour. So, Vizier, your first hour.
So we have all these large rocks in this sort of formation.
Yes.
Will the big bull kicks be able to hide behind them?
Hide behind them if they if they go prone.
Okay. So I'm going to be going over with Rick Till the idea
Okay.
of essentially a concentrated defense force / known ambush. They know we're going to be here. Let's let them come in, get closer, use up the traps, and we will use that as an opportunity to weaken their forces before finally drawing them in for the kill.
Understood. This one, I do have some questions. If we are remaining,
Absolutely.
so are we starting behind that back line, or are we starting at the first line and then falling back? Because if, and I would like to bring this out, you have a very heavily enforced forward emplacement, which is keystoned by that large piece of artillery.
Yes. Sinatra,
Yes.
what was your plan? Start at the secondary line, or to attack from the front line and then move back when they arrive, not attempting to hold the positions?
Correct.
Okay, so it will be that secondary one. So we will focus on attacks.
Then my question will be as follows. What happens with the forward gun? It is a gun, right? That's the term?
I believe so.
You could call it that. I think the more appropriate term would be artillery.
Okay, so I used the correct one appropriately.
Yes.
The first time.
Yes.
Okay. So, are you abandoning that artillery?
We're going to use it as much as we can. We're not going to abandon it in the sense of not using it as much as possible. But, unfortunately, because the field is so big and our defenses are starting to break, I don't think it is wise to stay in it the entire time.
Understood. So you will be having the gunners quit the artillery and move back?
Yes.
Or are they staying there for a valiant last stand?
Yeah, should we use it as a true last stand or a false last stand?
Right. So I do not want to sacrifice anyone using it, but we will use it.
They're great at that.
But I do not want to do that to them.
they're already trained in its use. It would be a waste of time to train someone new.
All right, that makes sense.
In that we will use our mid and possibly even melee combat to defend it long enough for those
To escape.
who use it to remove themselves and retreat to the secondary position, which we will then follow. I do not mind maintaining that illusion of falling back but keeping attacking.
Yes.
So the point is the false retreat back, and then once they get to a certain point and are committed, we hit them with the gig bull kicks.
Yes.
Okay.
We will hit them with gig bull kicks. The gig bull kick should be large enough to completely come over the trenches.
That will not be a problem. As you have seen before, one of my formulae is specifically about high-speed movement at the ignoring of terrain.
Yes, so that
Also,
will give us a chance to encircle them and prevent them from retreating.
Also, I'm not sure if it was very clear last time. Do not worry about targeting me with fire.
Are you
first?
Okay?
Are you inflammable?
I believe that means flammable.
No, wait.
Inflammable does mean flammable.
Sorry, the unflammable. What is the word? I know a lot of languages. Pardon.
Flame
Retardant.
deterrent.
I do not burn unless I wish to.
Noted. Another plausible reason that I should be next to him. I don't have to worry about lighting him on fire.
Not him, but what about his warriors?
Oh, they're quite flammable.
Exactly.
Or inflammable, whichever one means easily lit on fire.
Both.
Both.
I'm pretty sure one of
Probably
those
so.
words. I'm pretty sure one of those words was discontinued from use centuries ago, but I'm not sure.
Inflammable, easily set on fire. Yes.
I thought I heard you Googling it.
Yep, I googled it. I wanted to be sure. Also, unflammable is not a word.
Nope.
Because there's no
for now. I'm gonna make it a word.
Fire resistant.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Well, who needs a dictionary?
The heat death of the universe is a very real thing.
So another thing that I was thinking of using while we are retreating, or when we are on the closer line, we could use the things that we still have as other backup plans, such as the not done yet, the surprise, etc., etc.
Not done yet. Should probably be done at the first of the battles, considering we are not going to be able to reset most of our traps.
Exactly. So the less allies we have on the field who could possibly be affected by this, the better. And since most of the things on the field that have been set off are the ones that are further out, that's why I want to keep us behind that line.
By the way, is the conversation still happening in the field right out here?
I assume.
I'm chiming in on the radio. Don't worry about it. I'm actually resting in amp.
Okay, very good. I just wanted to make sure.
My human model is inside of the base next to Vizier's model.
Okay, because I had because I saw Riktil, Wayland, and Hanatra were still out here.
That's the shifted form, yes.
Yes.
But I am in human form.
Yeah,
I
Wayland's
shall
gonna go
move.
into the woods right now.
Because
and
I think
wait.
we were inside with the aether chemicals and such.
Yes.
Yes. What last I moved was to collect some aether chemical weapons.
Yep.
Mhm.
But that does not necessarily address the previous issue that I brought up, which is, in case one of us goes down, what resources can we possibly redistribute to make sure that we can help each other?
Do you have any Aether right, says Reektil.
Right.
I don't believe we have anything.
Is there any way for us to have anything? Okay, silence speaks very loud and clear. That is why I want us close. So that way we can have each other's backs before things go south.
I do have this Bakishkik full plate and this Bakishkik shield. And Bakishkik supple shell.
I don't know what any of those things are.
Armor for Bakishkik.
Well, Supple Shell does not do that.
Ah, yes, supple shell. What that is for is it actually softens the exterior chitin, allowing a Bakishkik to move more freely at the expense of losing the durability of their exterior chitin for a period of time.
So that does the opposite effect of what we're worried about.
Well, it helps if you ever need something to sneak.
Or to run, I suppose.
Or climb or swim.
I am also concerned about getting us all close. We know that they are there's a possibility of the giant fortress moving towards us.
That's what the shields are for.
Right. We have this. 7 vials of large serpent venom. We can apply them to tipped arrows and blades.
So that would probably be best to give to Rick Tills, since they use bows, correct?
We could apply them to the arrows of the workers. Or we could give them to another archer. Slowly turns and looks at the other archer.
Vizier?
Yes.
Vizier, would you like some?
I didn't know you had a bow.
I accept the fact that I must make use of my bow and arrow in this fight.
Wow, you got her with that one. So you made the large serpent venom. The paralysis will endure. There's 7 vials. You can have all of them if you'd like. Rick Till, would you like some?
That shall not be necessary. I intend to lead the countercharge at the end. Other than that, I shall provide support and order my men around, so my casts around as necessary. As I will need to remain in the back to make sure that I can, when the time comes for the charge, provide the greatest benefit. Specifically making sure that all within range of my command will be able to move as fleetly as the Hanatra through terrain.
Okay, no. Here we go. It says here on the ledger. I almost forgot. We have 2 etheric restoratives.
Well, I like the word restoratives.
Those are the ones that will immediately stabilize someone. I thought, There we go. I would highly suggest that you pass those out and then mark them as handed off.
All right, handed off. Who would like them? I looked
take
at.
I'll take one.
No,
Looks
not
take
a
one.
single person.
I'll take one.
There
Yes.
we go.
I'll
Yes.
take
We've
one.
already seen that you as an egg can be cracked.
Wilhelm and Hinatra?
Yes, I said I will take
You're a
one.
tough egg to crack.
Apparently.
What is it called again so I can mark it on my gear?
Etheric
Etheric
restorative, yeah.
Etheric restorative. It is an auto stabilize.
Hey, does someone want to post that in like the group chat so I can just copy and paste because that's a lot of that's a really big words.
Yes, on it.
and I can't spell too good.
What? No, not you.
I totally believe that.
Blair, get in here.
Blairhorn.
Actually, no. If you just start sending pictures of cat gifs, that seems to work with Blair.
Noted.
As I will now demonstrate by sending Blair a cat gif and see if it works.
I'm really glad you two sent it because I definitely missed a letter.
Fine. The two of us had it written down somewhere beforehand.
Oh.
And did you just hand me one?
Yes.
Yes, you only have
Yes.
one. And Hinatra has the other.
I'm not sure how to say that one. Do
And then-
not worry about
Hey, look,
me.
it worked.
I can shuffle my vitality totals.
It's not necessarily worrying about you, it's that if you can get to someone to prevent them from dying before I or
Yes.
Wilhelm could.
I'm also putting them on you in case you drop. Need one.
So you have some.
No.
Okay,
But if you drop, you
Yes.
have one.
that is correct. So
By
Hunter,
making sure those who cannot get themselves back up have one.
so then Wilhelm should keep the other?
Yes.
And then
Wilhelm has
Waylon
the
shall
other.
have the third.
There are no thirds.
Oh, I thought you said there were three.
There are two.
I
There are two.
understand now.
But in this fight, Waylon will be under camouflage.
And silent.
Yes. He will simply be putting holes in targets
Mhm.
from
Mm-hmm.
an unknown position.
In that case, I'm going to grab a few more heavy energy cells.
That sounds like a very wise decision.
Pompador, to kind of hit home exactly how rarely I've used this weapon.
Mm-hmm.
I have neither the range nor the power written down.
Okay. I got this for you.
I hope so.
I would certainly hope someone has it.
Otherwise, we're just going to start guessing, and that doesn't seem right here.
No, it doesn't. I'm sorry for laughing as loud as I did, but nonetheless. All right, so you have a bow. It has a range of 10
Excellent.
and a POW of 10.
Oh, wow. I really should have used this more often.
Mm.
And because I'm not allowed to wield my shield, I'm also going to be switching to my other armor.
Ooh.
Because, oh, by the way, Waylon, remove the shield and armor from that listing because Vizier has been wearing it the entire time.
Oh, okay.
The Bikishkik full plate and shield, that's what Vizier's
Got
been
it.
wearing.
Got it. Alright, removing... Now.
Mm-hmm. All right. Now, from there. Oh, hi, Blair. I see you.
Told you it worked.
Yeah, it did.
There's Echo.
Oh, I just have to say Echo's name apparently. Noted.
Yeah.
Or maybe Echo's been lurking the whole time.
Yeah. Okay. Now, as you guys are working on that, the second hour is going to begin. And I would like to know where you guys all are. What are you going to be doing for this hour? Just we're not gonna roll them out yet. I just want to know where you guys are.
I'm going to be helping with Griffin Tech's continued assistance. I'm going to
Okay.
be repairing my mech board.
Very good. Noted. Next up.
Next up, I will be removing energy cells and setting it up. I'm going to set up around 100 rounds into the fallback position so that they
Right,
could.
So you will be on the field and currently setting up. Now, do you want them behind the wall, I'm assuming? or in the
Yes.
trench?
Let's go with behind the wall.
Okay, so we will mark it as such. So 50 on each side?
Yes.
Okay, noted. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a nice little box on each side. Does this 3x3 box?
That looks good.
3x3 box?
Mhm.
How's that? Or would you like them closer to here? Where would you like them?
No, I want them to be hard to get at for the enemies, so
Understood?
they'll be, oh, those are guns.
Yeah. Noted.
Artillery.
So you will be out on the field at that point in time. Hanatra and Vizier, what will you two be doing?
I will be getting my gig pole kicks to lay down in place.
Okay, sit, stay. Got it.
Once that happens, I will start regathering my forces
Mm-hmm.
to join me where my unit currently is, which
Okay.
is way out on the far flank.
All right. You may here. By the way, the rest of your forces are right here.
Mhm.
And this is your.
Yep.
So you may.
I will-
So you may place these as you see fit. All right.
Will
This
do.
is all. So by the way, this is the current head count of remaining warriors and worker casts, not including
Okay.
those in gun emplacements.
Okay.
So
Oh, I love how some of them still have numbers. That's wonderful.
I
I
cut
would
the
still like to
notes.
request that I keep the ones I numbered by me, because I liked them. No other reason. That's it.
Hmm.
all right. But yes, from there. Now remember that this is. You don't need to immediate place these until your immediate final. Your final positioning is not necessary until after enemies are on the field. Remember that. You
No,
will be able to do a
absolutely.
little bit of repositioning.
But we are going to be.
You're attempting to
Essentially, I'm
preemptively
putting-
prepare.
I am preemptively putting them on the field, and essentially for the next little while, I'm going to make sure they understand what the idea is, what the general plan is, and we're going to be doing a little bit of walking back and forth to get used to the area,
Okay. Very good.
because we have not really done anything. My unit has not really done anything inside this area, and while nominally we know where everything is, it's still practice to be able to go around the traps at a run.
Got you. Understood. All right. So you're working on that. How about you, Hanatra?
I'm gonna get a cup of coffee. And then I'm gonna go out and
Okay.
keep an eye out.
Okay.
Make sure for any movement in the tree lines that are not recognized as allies, I would alert
Okay.
people of the awareness.
Very good.
Bring it to everyone's attention.
All right. Well, in that case, you're going to immediately notify people of such.
Oh,
So you see something in the distance. You can see bushes moving, everything of that sort. I want you to give me a detection check.
another one! That's a 14.
Okay, very good. All right. So as follows. First off, you see coming from the southern area a single trill
From here?
is south. So yes, around there.
Okay.
A single trill is effectively beelining it or attempting to beeline it down this way. They are on their own. They are not being quiet. They are most certainly they're coming out of that woods at a run. It is not the screaming run of the others that you had seen before, but this is an exhausted, flat out run. Now, okay, actually, with your results, running is not really the correct word. Fleeing seems to be more appropriate. And from the distance, with your roll, you are able to see that they are not only unarmed, but seem to be holding a piece of treated bull shell, which you've seen before. It's effectively the equivalent of Bakishkik parchment or vellum.
Ah, I know what this is.
Hanatra will come over the radio. Possible enemy heading inbound from South Road. And she'll run.
Messenger.
Yeah, she'll run out to meet them halfway.
Did you say
It's
possible?
messenger. Go ahead.
I'll go about here to hopefully meet them.
All right. Is anyone else making a detection check as this is going on?
I am on the far opposite side of the field.
Okay.
Yep.
I'll make a detection check for my area.
Okay.
I will make it. All I will say is over the radio. I will say to Hanatra, if you wish to communicate with them, please leave the radio line open.
Will do.
Okay. Well, I have good news. With that radio being on and open, you are going to hear the trill will run up to you and will literally throw themselves on the ground in front of you.
Yes.
And
Beg
in
for your life.
broken, here,
I'm kidding!
here, in broken Bakishkik, so halting Bakishkik, over the radio, Wilhelm will hear, "I surrender to the humans."
It surrenders?
It is currently holding a piece of bull vellum over its head, almost like a shield.
Does it have writing on it?
Yes, it has Bakishkik writing on it.
There's a note here I can't read.
Oh, I can't help you with that. I can't read.
Can you send out a worker to, or another Bakishkik person, perhaps number 3 from the...
It would have to be...
Oh, number 3! This one apologizes. This one cannot read.
Wonderful.
It would have to be Rick or I.
Okay. Well, if either of you
Wheeling.
could come here, that'd be wonderful.
A yell from the base will be like, "Hey, Rick Till, could you go ahead and read something?"
Rick Till's gonna shout back, "I have people for that!
Say what is that then?
I don't have them with me! I brought people for killing things! Not for
You don't know how to
feeding!"
read either.
Oh my god.
A bunch of us are just illiterate inside the base. We can't help you. Ty, can you read the case yet?
If they attack while I have left my position, I'm going to exterminate each and every one of these little creatures.
No surrender. No survivors.
I'm hiding in the woods.
Yes, you are.
So, from there, Vizier, please give me a detection check as you approach.
Absolutely. Nope, I'm furious. 9.
Okay, yeah, that's a trill, all right. Here, I will let you know as follows. It is doing the first thing that you have ever liked seeing a trill do: cower.
Do we recognize this trill? Does it have any badges or pins or any
Give me another
identification?
detection check for identifications. You are much
Okay.
closer, so I'll give you a reroll now.
Okay.
All right.
A 15.
A 15, that will be enough. Actually, do you remember those like glowing red runes that you've seen appear on some of the trill before? Specifically, like right before they explode?
Yes.
Okay, those
Yes.
formulae that you've seen before, they are visible on this one, but instead of being that orange or glowing red, they are blackened like burnt out charcoal.
Oh.
Well, that's different. Hanatra will point out these runes to Vizier. I've not seen them that color before.
I've not seen them that color on a living one.
She hands the paper over to, or the quote-unquote paper, the bowl
Yes.
shell.
Yes.
Vellum.
Yeah, it's
The vellum. Okay, the
So-
vellum.
Yep. So, first off, so yes, this is definitely the Bakishkik language, but, do you have cryptography?
I have cryptography.
I think you know I don't.
I know you don't, but luckily you do have someone who does. But you are able to... Here, give me a basic intelligence check.
Okay, that'll
Okay.
be a 4.
Okay.
So let's roll the 2d6.
It's more
We're
than
gonna
me.
Add 4 after the fact. It's a 9 as well. No.
Okay. So here, you're able... You look at that, you're like, it's written in some form of code.
It appears to be gibberish.
Hanatra
Not even they're putting vowels next to each other.
will lean down to this Trill, who is cowering before them.
Mhm.
And she'll look at it more closely. She'll lift its head to check the
So you lift its
underside.
You lift its entire body in that case, because
Yeah.
its head is attached.
She
but yeah.
she wants to like turn the shell
Yeah.
to face more them.
You will flip him onto his back, and he will curl up his legs into a claws and legs into a defensive position, which is really not useful when you're flat on your back in front of 2 or 3 enemies.
Yeah.
But this is very much a, oh wow, would you look at that crab alien doing a very submissive position.
Yep.
Yep.
Do I see any kind of explosive devices that could have been attached to it, or any odd...
None whatsoever.
Okay.
It seems to have a breech claw, effectively a scrap of fabric, effectively covering what would be considered its nether regions, although it is a crab, so it doesn't have any external nether regions. So it's more of a modesty thing, or to show, wearing clothing proves that you're, you're intelligent.
Mm-hmm.
Except for to humans, because we put hats on dogs.
Looks down.
We also put boots on cats.
Yes,
She'll
we do.
talk on the overcom. Does anyone recall if those markings had any kind of tracking or signal that other Trill would be aware of its position, or those other beings that control the Trill?
Question real quick for the DM.
Yes.
Have I been able to see these markings?
No, you've never been able to see these markings.
They have markings?
They do.
Huh.
When we took the second Aether Well, that was revealed to us as one had broken control and was promptly detonated.
That's what caused the detonation.
Yes. Something else that I'm not remembering the name of controls them.
We need more useful information, so I'm not saying it for now.
That's fair. Either way, worst case scenario, we could tie up this one's claws and legs and bind it and keep it in the base. I'm just concerned that it might track. They already know where our position is, though.
May
Yes. What do we
I ask that you just
by
have
that?
it speak in its native language for a bit?
Okay.
You would need to be out there for this. That wouldn't work.
Okay, I need to be out there for that. Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
going to bind this Trill, and I will bring it
Bring
inside.
it in here.
That's exactly
Bring it
what I'm
down here.
doing. That is exactly what I'm going to do, Wilhelm. I will begin binding.
I want to state, I think this is a terrible idea. But I'm going back to my position. I've learned better than to try to stop you all.
I'm going to agree with Vizier. It's a bad idea to bring it into the base.
Then perhaps down by the water entrance?
That's not in the base.
It's
If
not
anything
in.
happens, there is a monster
Iroka
there,
would
so-
appreciate a snack.
Well, if it tries to escape, then she is more than happy to have a snack.
It very much, just so you know, this particular Trill, now that you have taken the paper, or vellum, very much looks like he would really like to just leave. But I don't think you're going to let it.
No. So I'm going to
No,
bind
he
it.
surrendered. He's a prisoner now.
Yep.
Mhm.
Well, I was just babysitting him in Natra, staying with him outside. And if it comes between you and saving your life or his, well, I can tell you which life is more important to me.
I'll kill it myself.
So that's my suggestion. Stay
But
outside with it.
This is an opportunity for Wilhelm to try to learn their language. If we can get it to talk.
Then get Wilhelm out
Relearn
here.
it, technically.
Right.
So the trill is doing his best to not be a threat in any way, shape, or form, but one of his eyes keeps going from you know how crabs can move their eyes to the left or to the side or up or anything like that.
Yes.
He's kind of doing his best to point at the vellum with his eye while repeating humans.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's all he's-
I'm gonna hand it over.
Yeah.
I'm not keeping it.
So she'll pick up the vellum.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't understand Pikishkik, but she'll try looking it over. But
Right.
I am going to stress again, I will be binding this thing and bringing it towards
yes.
the water entrance of the base, where Wilhelm will have easier access to try to communicate with this thing in either Pikishkik or Trill or whatnot.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Can I look at this piece of paper with my knowledge
Absolutely.
of cryptography?
Yes, you can.
Not going to be very good, but anything is worth it at this point.
Mm-hmm. Let me know if you want to boost it.
You know what? Screw it. They're gonna refresh anyways, right? For combat?
Yes, they will.
So I'm gonna use a feat point and throw on an extra dice.
Okay.
So 3 dice plus my cryptography, which is +4. I rolled a double 1 and a 3, so that's a 9.
Okay. So, you do not know Bakishkik, but you can tell that this is a numerical cipher.
Okay.
So, the way the symbols land, if he's saying it's all gibberish and things are incorrect, that means that, here. Do you want to bring this into Griffin Tyke?
I mean, Griffin is down here,
So, yeah.
so she would definitely ask for his input as well.
Okay. The Trill is not going to fight you in any way, shape, or form.
Cool. She's like carrying it under one arm and then looking at the note on in the other arm.
Surprisingly light. Like it's like you're carrying an, you're reading, a sheet of paper while holding a suitcase, effectively.
Yep.
I was picturing you were carrying it grocery bag style.
She's not tall enough where that would make sense.
She is in her human form right
Yeah.
now.
Fair.
So yeah.
She'll talk over the radio. Tyke, you want to take a look at this as well?
Tyke's been hearing all this. Tyke's been helping me.
Mm-hmm.
But he can't read paper over the radio.
Yeah.
Yes, but he knows of the paper.
But why not him come here and look at the paper?
You asked him, why did you need the radio?
I didn't know Tyke was standing here.
By the way, Wilhelm, Griffin Tyke is already gone at this point in time.
Wait, he was right here a second ago.
I don't see him.
Oh, hey, Griffin. What are you doing
Yeah,
under here with me?
Yeah, it just pops up in the woods, with a couple of sticks tied around his head. It's like, Mom and Dad are arguing.
You may need to radio him. I'm not sure where he went.
Tyke!
Downloading.
They're radioing you.
I know. I have a radio.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot, I left it on.
Oh, no.
Tyke, we can hear you. Get back here.
You guys hearing that ghost voice on the radio, too? That's totally not Tyke.
Yeah, I know. Weird.
It said it was Tyke. Specifically.
Well, if Tyke doesn't want to get here, then perhaps we can radio in to the commander and see if he can find someone who could translate this for us, since Tyke is proving being difficult.
So, as you were saying that and walking your way back that way, Tyke will somehow crawl his way out of one of the spike pits.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, please don't call the, I've already made the mom and dad joke, so I can't really go much further on that one.
All right then. Please
Please don't
assist.
call Grandpa.
No, he ain't no grandpa.
But I am a
An
grandma.
entire lineage.
What do you mean? It could be the other parent.
More like an angry drunkle.
That is
Either
the other
way.
parent.
But yeah, he'll go, all right, let me take a look at it.
Are you
He's
meeting
gonna
us
give a
down
curse-
here?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't have a model for him.
I know.
He's not on the field, but yes, he will meet you there. Here. From there, he is going to give a roll.
Hopefully it's better than our 2 rolls.
So I got a 9 on the dice roll before adding other stuff in. He goes,
That's
"Yep,
fine.
this is most.
That's fine.
This is most certainly a cipher." He's going to then look to Vizier or radio into Vizier and go, "Vizier, I got a question.
I'm sure you do. What's up?
Your written language. Do you put your do you call them letters, sound markings? What do you call them? The symbolage that you use to proceed to transcribe words.
Symbol is fair enough.
Okay, symbols. Do they have a particular order that you keep them in?
I mean, similar to your alphabet?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Real quick. How many words do you have? Or letters do you have? Sorry.
Symbols.
Like between 26 and 40, I'm assuming? They're sound based?
Yes.
Okay, fine. Could you give me a listing of them in their appropriate order, please?
And he will start to rattle them off.
Okay, and those are in order, and he will start copying. He takes a look, he looks at that, and then he's just going to brute force this.
And I like the idea that when he lists them off, it looks like the crab rave dance.
Where is that one? I know it's here somewhere.
So
Hit
he
them.
will give
Downloading.
you 40, we're going to say like 38 sheets of paper and go, tell me if any of these make sense. And then he's going to walk away. Anatra, you were looking at 28 or 38 pages of gibberish. Vizier, one of them will most likely make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm just
Not
like,
on
those
it.
are paper.
Like, not on account of, so Vizier, I will let you know, Griffin Tyke has terrible handwriting.
Mm-hmm.
Well, isn't he so fortunate?
27. Number 27, while barely legible, is understandable.
All right, I'm sending it to you then to read.
Okay. I do not know the language of your alien allies, otherwise this would be addressed to them. They have done well to defeat several of the most unhinged of the Sky
Unhinged?
Scourge's servants. I wish to offer an opportunity to turn your timely arrival into a chance to save our people. To lend credence, I invoke the name of Tertir, a nomad of 1,000 molts who we have both done business with. This fellow has a formula embedded to it. If you wish to meet eye to eye, it will allow me to appear. If not, destroy this so it will not fall into the Sky Scourge's hands. Apparently, they're looking for assistance getting out from underneath the power of their master.
Rather interesting.
And how are we going
That
to do
sounds
that?
like- Broke the power on the vellum.
Well, that I definitely don't want to be inside the base for. Is it
Yes,
going to
definitely.
summon something to us to fight?
Seems likely.
Is this something you should... I believe this is something where you should call your higher-ups.
Yes. And this should be one where I'm plugged in, so we can get more concise communication over the radio to them.
But not in the presence of this krill.
As long as we're speaking in Terran, I don't think it can understand.
I don't know. It
It
hasn't.
starts with I do not understand the language of your human allies.
If we really want to decode it, I can start speaking in French. None of you will be able to understand me, though.
That is.
Or I could talk in Tandrish.
How about we just make the call?
Yes.
I'm saying we
It
should
would
probably.
require us all to leave our current positions.
Yes. So we should
Not
go
all
inside the
of
base.
us.
I'll leave the
Just-
trill down here. And,
To make a call? It would require us to leave our current positions?
Not all of us.
Meet eye to eye. Meet face to face.
No, we're not calling. We're not doing the thing on the paper yet.
no. But if we're talking
We're
to the
calling-
command center, which usually Wilhelm has to plug into a thing.
Mhm.
Correct?
And that is something that, since the two of you are at the base, go ahead and do.
Right, which is what I was
Yeah.
stating I was going to do. I am going to say that Kyogre, Kirgro? Sorry, how do you pronounce it?
Roga.
Kyogre, okay. She can keep an eye on this. I don't want it to run off just yet. If it's not going to do harm, that's
If
fine.
you leave her alone with that trill, you will not come back to a trill. You come back to a broken bits of shell. She will not. I am not there. She will not leave it be.
I see.
It may also be slightly nibbled.
We will use the opportunity to teach her young how to hunt.
Let him.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's fine. Probably.
He might be necessary in the, summoning bit.
Did the message mention him?
No. I don't know formula.
Well, it's bound up. It's not responding. It's not trying to run away. So I guess I'll just carry it with us so we can talk to the commander. And we'll go from there with the decision of what to do with this trill. If it tries anything, it's dead anyways.
Alright,
must
let's do this
say-
again.
I congratulate you all on the increased bloodthirstiness, considering your prisoner.
Yeah.
They
This
blew me
isn't-
up.
This isn't the particular one that did any damage to our allies. As far as I can tell. They might be useful.
Why I did not attempt to do any harm to it is because of your insistence on rules with prisoners.
Eh.
Alright. Do this. Plug me in.
Alright. We're calling the commanding officer.
All right. So, Sarge picks up.
Hello, Sarge.
Yep.
Hello.
So, terribly sorry to let you know, but at this point in time, Captain Hawk is currently handling a couple of other chuckleheads at the moment. Apparently, Charlie Team got into something. He is currently reprimanding and making sure to take care of that situation. He is going to be indisposed for a while. Is there anything I can do to help you?
We have just received a coded message from a submissive trill.
Have they surrendered?
This one has.
Okay.
Appears to, yes.
But not
If
the
it's
trill army.
Well, I wouldn't expect the entire army to surrender to 5 of you, though don't get me wrong, it wouldn't be the first time. All right. Per the articles, you were to treat that prisoner with respect until it is handed off as appropriate. From there, what is the thing? It is so it's surrendered to you. You need a pickup for it. What's going on?
We have a letter that was coded. And the coded letter essentially is saying that they are looking... let me read it. They are looking for... a chance to save our people, aka for the Trill to be saved.
So you've got the possibility of an insider.
That and the fact that they're wanting to break free from something else that is above their power. I do know that they have symbols carved on multiples, if not all of the Trill, which prevents them from being truly free.
So what are you asking me for?
Well, for one, this is not really my jurisdiction as I am not part of the army. I'm simply asking for input and also for proper procedures with handling this.
Same here.
Get Waylon on the horn, or Phoenix.
Phoenix is with you.
Phoenix is currently heading back.
I'm on the horn, sir.
All right. Does that mean that you are the highest ranked?
I may not be on duty, but yes.
All right. Consider yourself fully reestablished. We're going to back pay you eventually.
All right, sir.
Now, from there, do what you do best. Follow the appropriate things. Trust your gut.
All right. Can do, sir.
All right. Anything else?
Just to be clear, you've left me as the highest ranking officer here, correct?
Currently? So, is there anyone else there that outranks you? Mind you,
Nope.
Griffin Tyke is a specialist. He's still there, right?
Yes.
Irvin
All right.
is still there.
All right.
And
Understand.
me and Phoenix are pretty much the same rank, just different sections.
Well, he was an officer, and you're a. So here, don't worry about it for now. The whole thing is, if you are the only one there with a rank at this point in time, I will warn you as follows: if you are making the orders, any decisions, and any upcoming hearings will fall on your.
Understood, sir.
All right.
So
Will
I
that
guess
be
this is a warning to us that there is a more powerful enemy threat that is knocking on our door. And that the Trill are just merely soldiers in this bigger field of battle.
Is this getting directed at me?
This is in general. I am informing
Okay.
you with the information that we have discovered.
All right.
We may be calling you later on in this.
I plan on it. I'm betting on it.
Please relay the information.
Soon as the captain is done dealing with the Chucklehead crew, I will do so once he is in as good of a mood as possible.
Thank you. That is all. She'll unplug Wilhelm, I guess, from the device. And she'll send a message on the radio. Do we want to invoke the name on this parchment? Because if I remember correctly, Tratier is the one who was the traveling merchant.
Yes, he is. And how much time do we have left before the assault?
2 to 3 hours would be your expectation. Probably closer to 2 at this point in time. Here, you know what? Who here has any, unfortunately at this point, it's going to have to be Vizier. So, Vizier. All right, I'm gonna need to, yeah, you're like, oh no, I've got to roll dice again. Give me a 2d6 plus arc.
Oh god.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
'cause
what I haven't looked
we
up
don't
on
have-
but- okay.
Okay. That's going to be plus 3. 11.
Okay.
How am I betting?
Now, Zip is definitely the one that's much better at reading formulas and everything of that sort, but now that you're actually looking at this cipher, you can see that that border, when you look really closely, is actually a formula inscribed into the outer edge as a border.
Okay.
And you do note that some of those runes that are there are changing, and luckily those ones aren't in any form of cipher. They're just really tiny. And you will note that this thing is going to activate in about 15 minutes for whatever it is.
Okay.
I'm heading in so that we can reconvene
What do
and
you
actually activate this.
What do you guys think the Sky
Owls.
Scourge's servants are? Like, what are the Sky Scourges? What were they referring to?
That's the name of the creatures that control the trill.
Yeah, obviously
those are the
alien
ones in
invaders.
charge.
I will
Trill
think this is the
themselves.
first time I've ever heard them addressed as the Sky.
I'm sorry, you're breaking in and out, Pomp.
I said, I will inform you this is the first time you have ever heard them addressed as Sky Scourge.
Yes, but it's obvious to me who they mean.
Mm-hmm.
Because they told us before that there are creatures above that control them.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That the Trill themselves are a slave race forced to make war here.
Mm-hmm.
That is true, and there is nothing they can do about it. And because there is nothing I can do about it, I did not make a big deal out of it. Because why mourn them? They're still the enemy.
But just like your Bakishkik workers were overtaken and forced to work for the enemies, perhaps the Trills are being forced to work for these Sky Scourges. If we free them from
Certainly.
that, we could possibly make these join us. Thanks, Pomp, for the resubscription. That's a very loud notification.
Timing.
Anyways, what was I saying? Nope, it's gone now.
In
Anyways,
about 15 minutes. You have about 15 minutes to either destroy this paper or you're going to go have a conversation.
If I have an input, I believe that's what we can do is have a conversation if we don't believe it's an attack.
I mean, like I said, the merchant has been here before. We've done business. It's a
The merchant
businessman.
will not be the one having the conversation. The merchant is likely the one who created the vellum for us.
It says, I invoke the name of.
That's probably used as a form of trust.
So you think the formula is going to invoke something else?
I believe it's going to summon the leader of this rebel force within the trail. If that makes sense.
Okay, so we should probably not do that inside.
Yes.
I'm not
Alright.
opposed to meeting them.
Yeah,
I just don't know how to call upon it.
Let's meet them in front of the base near the two artillery pieces that can,
Turn and fire?
shred the...
Open fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How
Okay.
much extra walking today?
Lots
Yep.
of walking.
I will join in case translation is needed.
That to be appreciated.
Like how you guys are actually going right away. I'm just gonna.
My immersion! No!
Listen, your immersion that you get from me is the voice. That's as far as you're getting.
That's fine. Alright. So is there something in particular that we need to say to cause this thing to appear?
It is just ticking down effectively.
Okay, so it's just going to
So-
appear when it appears. We don't have to say
Yep,
anything.
so just give me a little spot. So you're putting it, what, like dead center?
Yep, and we're turning both of these artillery
Mhm.
things.
Maybe we should get out of the way of them.
Yeah.
I so very appreciate the fact they have a timer when we have an enemy force on the way.
Mm.
I'm certain this will not coincide with anything at all.
Mm-hmm. Either way,
Alright.
I'm ready.
I
Okay.
suppose I'm ready.
Ready as I can be.
Exactly.
All right, one moment. All right, so the piece is right here.
There
From
is a
there.
stone.
Yeah, the piece de resistance, indeed. All right, so it will begin to glow, and then it will fire a beam here, which will then open a portal.
I will lead into Anatra and just like, is anything happening?
There's a portal that is opened.
Cool.
You can't hear the wub 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 of the magic?
You can
I hope-
hear the whoop 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 of the magic.
I hope we
I
didn't-
wasn't told it was making a noise.
I hope we didn't catch them while they were on the toilet.
Sinatra will look
They
into
set
the portal.
timer.
It is not, you cannot see through it, is
Okay.
the best way to put it. It is effectively a swirling of blue and purple, effectively a heavy concentration of etheric energy connecting 2 points. So, from there, the first thing that will pierce out of the portal will be a trill claw holding I guess you could say a grapefruit-sized stone, effectively. If anyone would like, zoology.
Does this look
The
like
ro-
the speech stone that the merchant had previously swallowed?
Definitely not the speech stone.
Okay.
Waylon, could you give me an extraordinary zoology check?
No?
How are we supposed to do an extreme,
Xenobiology check. Xenobiology check. I
an
believe is the
extraordinary check? Yes, of course. Let me just pull that out my backside.
No? That would require me having xenobiology, and xenobiologist doesn't get that.
What?
Hold on. I'm looking for the skill, the knowledge skill that you have that is involving strange creatures.
It's not a skill.
Is it a
it's,
lore?
It's... Oh, where is it? Big game hunter.
That's very different.
Yeah. But, I'll go to xenobiologist.
Hold on, I got it.
Or
I'm almost-
explorer, right.
Yeah.
Detection, navigation, survival.
Okay, it is survival.
I have survival.
All right.
I think most of us have
Alright.
survival.
I don't.
Okay, well, some of us have survival.
Obviously, I don't have survival. You saw what happened to me last.
Yeah.
Effectively, what I was trying to say is give me the skill roll that you normally use with your big game hunter ability to actually know things, or at least just roll me a 2d6 plus your intelligence to recall
Alright.
this thing. Because you've seen one of these before.
Oh.
So I'll use a feat point. If it's survival.
I'm so sorry, Moth. I didn't realize you were on my drink. I totally grabbed
Did
your
you
wing.
drink a moth?
No. It landed on my ring fingernail. And I totally just rubbed half of the powder off of its wing. I'm so
Oh.
sorry, little buddy. I suddenly felt something attached and I went to flick it off, but then I looked down and I saw it was a moth.
Mhm.
I was more concerned that Pa had dropped her drink.
No, I did not drop the drink, don't worry. Hey little buddy, can I have you get off my finger though? That'd be great. I know you can't fly,
wiggle your
but
finger.
I was wiggling my finger.
So,
It was still not getting off?
No. It
17,
can't fly.
and if I add big
Yeah.
game hunter, that's a 19.
Here, that is most definitely a biobeast core.
Oh, yeah. We have a couple of those.
Yes. This one has been inscribed with a series of various formulae and runes.
Yes, let me just use my Aether runic knowledge.
Here, the individual that has Rune Reader is not here.
Of course not.
Mm.
Oh no, is this the guy? Is this the guy?
Stepping out holding that is none other than Vectech Tikvik.
I pull out my gun at it and point it between his eyes.
He goes, I highly suggest not doing that. This is a dead man trigger.
I knew it. Alright. I knew it.
Yeah. So you know me. So you're the benefactor, huh?
Benefactor? No.
Oh no, that's Traitor. You're the resistance fighter, huh?
I'm the only person that has assisted you throughout this entire fiasco. I'm the greatest ally you've ever had and never known.
That's great to hear. Go on, elaborate what we don't know.
How many supply trains have you run into that have had no actual guards? How many unarmored biobeasts?
And you were always at those. Alright. Can't chalk that up to incompetence if you keep making the same mistake. I'm listening.
I'm waiting for you to ask more questions. I've got about an hour of time that I can buy. By the way, he is speaking TTC.
Yeah, I kind of figured he was.
Oh. I'll stay here anyway though, because I'm not interested.
Okay. Question number 1.
Isn't that technically?
I'm guessing you have planned to free your people?
Obviously.
What do you need us for?
You want us to take out this higher power, don't you?
What I need is the ability to remove myself from the equation long enough to put what I have in play. Unfortunately, I am watched nearly constantly. My handlers currently believe that I am reporting to the Scalarians.
Scalarians?
The Scalarians. These.
Sky
The
Scourge?
Sky Scourge. If it helps,
Taboo
note
word.
how I don't explode.
Mm-hmm.
I did notice.
Do you still have your runes, or are they black like the one? She holds up the trill that's under her arm, like this one.
You note that he bears no runes.
Oh. So you got their trust.
No. The runes burnt into them turns their arc against them. Those that are left in charge are allowed to keep theirs. To an extent.
Okay. So you need to be so you need to appear to be removed from the field.
Of course.
Let us say, simply for the argument's sake, that we do believe that.
Okay.
What would you have us do that would enable you to enact your plan?
I intend with the upcoming assault to lead from the front. If I am removed, captured, kept alive, made to look dead, excellent. I have access to a formula I've been working on for the past, what are your time frames? 4 of your centuries?
That seems like a long period of time.
That is
Yeah,
an incredible
that's-
long period of time.
That's almost double Hinatra's age.
It's older than me.
Focus. None of us have a long time here.
All right. And this formulae is going
This
to
formulae,
somehow.
if this formulae is utilized, it will do to the Trill what I have done to this one.
They will be freed from the ruins.
Exactly.
So you want a mass turn.
While I do not believe that all will immediately turn to my side, you've already seen what my people do when the shackles are taken off.
Yes.
You run and you stop fighting.
For the most part.
I have a question.
They're not interested in being warriors.
My question is that being who is here picking up Trill corpses and stitching them back together?
Describe it to me.
Large,
It
thin,
was-
gray, bright red eyes, half mechanical, half organic.
Strong etheric presence.
Make no sound.
You've met one of the Tribunal's children.
Tribunal.
The big 3.
Oh.
Oh,
So actual children or just in name?
Juvenile Scalarians.
Oh.
They may be related by blood, but they are bound in many other ways, willingly.
so it's safe to say that those that they quote unquote recovered from the battlefield are now enslaved again.
Oh, they are worse than dead.
I guess we should have killed it.
Oh. Not the point. Not the time for that conversation.
So, do
Very
any
well.
of you two have more questions? Vizier?
You're interested in being captured alive by our forces. Very well. Then when you see the inevitable trap coming, please walk into the trap.
Gladly. I will have 2 handlers stuck to my sides.
I will,
They will need to be removed.
We will remove them.
with pleasure.
Easily.
What would they look like?
A pair of nigh equivalent rank. They're younger than me by far, but they have kissed the appropriate amount of rectum.
True believers.
Yes, much like the rest of the psychopaths that I've sent at you at this point.
Well, thank you. I'm glad that we
Good.
could have removed them. They were very unhinged. But, that being stated, what are these 2 psychopaths' capabilities? Much like yours?
Unfortunately, while on the field, they will turn my spells into theirs.
I
Interesting.
see.
So that's why you need them out of there. So that way you can
Yes.
control your formulae how you see fit. But what is there to say
Correct.
that you will not just turn on us?
So simply making it look like we've killed you
Yes.
won't be enough.
Well, we will need to kill the 2 handlers first, and then, quote unquote, And him. Is there a particular method that they have to track you that we don't know about?
You have how many survivors have returned from your base?
Fair enough. You and your small retinue are the only ones.
Correct.
Very well.
Now, to give you another bit of warning, I am going to be on this next wave. I will be the second to last wave.
Okay. Well, then whatever we do, we must do it quickly.
Advance, real quick. You've already taken care of 3 of the 5. Specifically.
You're number 4.
Oh, no, I am not. I am not amongst that group. The last wave will have 2. The 2 faced fiends, the twin-souled sirens.
Oh, they sound fun.
But they are the staunchest of the Scalarian loyalists and the cruelest of the lot. You've already dealt with the Barbed Blade, the Sculptor of Spines, and the Soul Siphon.
Ah, yes, that one.
Aren't you wearing some of them this year? Not important, right?
Yes.
So.
Very well.
So you say you'll be
we
leading
can, in
this.
fact,
You say you'll be leading this, but you'll be towards the back.
Incorrect. I will lead from the center, possibly from the front. They will
Okay.
need me to control the biobeasts. Or at least they will need to control the biobeasts through me.
After all, his formulae become theirs.
What if we keep what we were originally going to do?
Please do not tell me what your
I'm
plan
not.
is. I'm just informing you in advance.
Yes, because I'm sure that they
Yes,
can
that's-
use your
It is
memory
To an
some way.
extent.
It is why I'm saying, when you see the obvious trap, follow it.
Gladly.
I think we should keep
All
with
right.
what we were initially planning on doing.
Correct. No changes.
That is great. We can discuss that later.
Yes.
Right now, more questions. Natra, do you have any? Wilhelm.
My questions could be saved for a later time.
All right.
There may not be a later
That's
time.
fine.
Ask your questions.
I do not have a
Vic-
tactical perspective, so I'll allow Hanatra to go first in case Hanatra's
Do these two Wilhelm.
Speak over him.
Okay. Do these two handlers, do they have formulae that they favor?
Yes.
Which are these?
Deceleration and Fog of War.
Hmm.
Deceleration will be your worst enemy, ranged combatant.
Mm-hmm. And Fog of War?
Just makes
Correct
it
me if
harder.
I'm wrong, that can be dissipated with a strong enough force, correct?
Incorrect, unfortunately, as it emanates from the individual.
It will force melee combat. And it will still be disadvantageous to do so.
Alright. So decelerate and Fog of War. Understood.
You're aware of my ability to teleport. I will not say that I am sorry for cursing you with bad karma prior, but I will state you've done well to survive it.
You have done an effective job at laying out your plan. Now that you've explained it, it all becomes clear.
Other than that, will these two handlers be equipped with any special equipment? Deadman switches, heavier armor. Will they be riding biobeasts?
They will be required to stay near me. they will not be able to ride, as I will not be able to while they are controlling me.
All right.
Do they specialize in any kind of combative manners?
Through me, they will wield the bio beasts as any of the finest scalpels.
So, will there be Iants? Well, might as well ask, what bio beasts are you bringing? And the
Roughly
numbers. 9.
Because they can control as many as you can. Okay. Oh, this will be an interesting event.
Will it only be bio beasts, or will you be bringing smaller shock troops?
Troops as well, of course, as well as artillery.
Will they be bringing more captives?
The captives that they have sent in were all that they had left. Everything else, I will apologize. I do not know if you do this, but the Scalarian sycophants follow their view that you are nothing more than cattle, and thus are also rations.
Oh,
I'm not surprised by this.
yeah.
Yeah, the
It had to be
kitchen.
where we were not finding corpses.
Yep, the kitchen was a nightmare when we got here.
From there, as we may not have another opportunity, what possible weaknesses do you know of the Scalarians?
They are by far the most... Their intelligence is so alien, so far above, that we are all animals to them. They believe they have everything figured out at all points in time. If they are ever caught unaware, truly surprised, truly having their plans upended, it will take them quite some time to react.
Understood.
Are they on this planet?
I can confirm at least 2 of them.
I am assuming
child.
that this will cause them to be slow to react. It is possible that we counter at that moment, if we know where they are.
You've never seen a Trill actually grin before, and you kind of regret that you do. That is the entire point of this assault, and I do... My means may have been exceptionally crude to have all of these target your heir, but by doing so, I have been able to funnel a large amount of the Master of the Spire's staunchest allies and sycophants into a single location, and have them charge an entirely fortified defensive position several times.
Okay. We have some planning
Mhm.
allies to discuss with.
I will let you know that if this assault fails, his spire will be most certainly far less defended than they would be generally pleased with.
Can you give us an exact location on the other 2 that are on the planet?
Chymist Supreme goes where his mind takes him, whatever terrible fancy or experiment he has decided upon. And as for the High Conquestor, I do believe that he is due to arrive in 3 months.
And the third?
It's the
The Master
Spire
of the
who's
Spire.
here today.
The Spire.
Downloading.
I'm not going to thank you.
I would
I
not
wish your
expect
plan
it.
success.
Hmm. And I do not know if it will mean anything to you, but I will tell you as such. Your ruler fought honorably and valiantly and died in single combat. The rumors of his surrender and execution while begging for his life are not but propaganda.
That is comfort. We have a battle to win.
I have one final question.
Make it quick.
Why did they choose this planet?
I will tell you that if you are successful in taking me captive.
Noted. And I will hold you to that.
I will gladly give you that information.
Right then.
Yeah.
Waylon has not put down the gun this whole time.
And he has not put down the dead man trigger that he's got.
Mm.
Portal still there?
Yep.
He intends to step back
Cool.
through it.
Very well.
Yep.
All right.
We've got way too much writing on this, so I do not put a hole through it between his eyes.
All right. He will back through it, not turning his back on you. The portal will close, the beam will shrink, and the vellum will burn.
Okay.
I hate that I can't hate him more.
Oh, I can.
We'll hate him enough for the both of us.
Pretty less. Anyone after me too, please.
Extenuating circumstances, people. Focus on the mission at hand.
So, my idea, we stick to what we have for current layout, except perhaps someone who is strong in melee, who would not be affected by the 2 formulae of the handlers, aka someone like me.
Accelerate and fog.
What is that?
Accelerate and fog.
Correct. Someone who can fight without those issues, be at the ready to surprise attack.
Would be most likely Rick Tell and myself.
Fog of War blocks sight, does not.
That being stated, Waylon, in your sniper position, an action we have not yet taken, will surprise them
Exactly.
and likely not allow them to make use of their abilities if they are directional.
My question is, should I start firing as soon as they get here? Or give them a false sense of security and fire at their backs? I'm thinking the
Start
latter.
firing and move. Fire at targets that could be attacked from the front.
Alright. They won't be able to hear or see where it's coming from.
Correct.
Couple that with we don't want your position to potentially be given away while surrounded.
At least alone. But if we have another cloak, once you get the handlers taken care of, you can quickly make him seem gone.
I will keep another cloak on me.
Which is why he will fall into the trap.
Yes.
When we start retreating, he will tell his people to charge because he's going to fall for the 8 trap. He knows there is one, and it will be obvious because we will all start retreating. A move we have never done before.
Another move we have not done before.
Mm-hmm. But one is visible and one is not. So when we retreat, he will follow. He will charge in with his forces. If we can remove the handlers, we need not fight the bio beasts.
Yes.
That being stated, if that does not seem a possibility, we do not hold back. We attempt to kill them.
My only concern is if they don't see us, they'll know something's up.
Which is why we still remain on the front line where we are supposed to be.
Except for Waylon.
A man who has been injured in several fights.
I will also not be seen. I will need as much time as possible to repair my neck. I plan on taking a few rounds of combat as well with the kits I have.
A Storm? It sounds like your modulator is dying.
Is it delaying?
No, it's quiet.
It's quiet. It's quiet. It just keeps sounding like this.
Is this better?
Well, now you're just normal.
Yeah, I'm wondering if it's a problem with the modulator, if it's a problem with my mic in general.
No, your mic is okay today.
Your mic is okay.
Right.
I will not use the modulator for now.
Okay.
So, Griffin Tyke walks up and comes outside here, wiping grease off of his gloved hands. Goes, "Hey guys, what'd I miss?"
A lot. You've missed a lot.
Oh,
quite a lot.
We just had a conversation with the enemy.
I think we should coordinate with Sarge and Captain and see if we can plan a counterattack for when this goes down, so that way they'll be ready to possibly strike the others, Scholarians, in their locations that we are aware of, based off of what he just said.
Yeah, we do have another wave after this next one.
So the more time they have to prepare, the better.
Okay.
Which is something we will do. So, yes, let your higher-ups know. Communicate with Rick Till at the same time. Otherwise, I will finish getting everyone ready.
Okay.
I have to finish getting ready as well.
How's Amp? Like?
Huh?
How is Amp?
So, as he's staring off into space for a brief moment there, and he goes, "Oh, I was, while you guys were off doing whatever the heck it was, apparently fraternizing with the enemy, hey, Wilhelm, repair 6 points."
Oh, cool.
That's awesome.
Also, Waylon, if you could remove 20 crafting materials.
Okay. Let me do that. Tearing crafting materials.
No one look over at Amp's thing right now. I keep losing count.
Yeah, you do keep losing count. It's not like I'm sitting here watching you put dots, take away dots, put dots, take away dots.
Alright.
I keep going, wait, how many was that?
Yeah, 4 or 5.
20
Crap.
has been removed. Excuse me.
Sleep is coming for you? That's fair. That's fair. I wouldn't be opposed to talking in between. I'm also trying to take notes of like important things we've been talking about as well. Just like quick bullet points and stuff. We can always watch the VOD back as well at the end. How late did you plan on going?
We're already at 10:30 at this point in time, and I want to give you guys time to actually prep before the big wave that's going on. So,
okay.
I was fine with cutting it here if you guys would like.
I'm fine with that.
I was thinking that, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
No problem. I hope you guys have had fun. I hope the audience has had fun here, and I hope you enjoyed Eternal Draven's the Stars Align.
What was it?
The Rick-Tick Vic-Tech
ally.
Ah.
Rick-Tech Vic was the ally.
Yep.
That is insane. That is mind-boggling.
Which is why, moving forward, I'm going to be asking you to increase the price of these.
Wow. I mean, yeah, I can definitely change the amount that it is. But that is fascinating. I love this. And thank you for even giving us that opportunity on your table.
Yes.
That was kind of crazy. And the fact that, like, what he was saying kind of lined up with some of the stuff that happened. I mean, Hanatra's still skeptical, but, like, it makes sense in a story way. It's very interesting.
I had it set as a possibility from the beginning.
Yeah.
So I wanted to make sure it all lined up.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you very much. I think that was a rather successful session.